Adoso, Yababro so Baboso. Sunday, Mama grown bed, papa. Ebehuri asho. Yebe cow. Yebe wo so be wo. Ni be dane so fa bro be sa wonti ase akura da hyehyɛ ontemam. E wo ko na e wo ba. Ebetwinya din say boko breo. Hey, mini eba, sani eba. Sunday. Welcome to Sunday, the greatest of the afternoon. Sunday. Say I'm no say the electoral commissioner Shasie. Any part do bebre ba on beka won aboa no. Said be yo metumi ahwe na afi 2024 abato no officials officers wonyina no wo kekasisi ene kekako Sunday. This is in over 20,000 30,000. Come on, woman a year chrono. Kekao ina aboa no ahwema afi 2024 abana yetimi ato ekekako Sunday. Yeah, would yeah, aban no bomodi am yet assess inflation ekofam. Ghana Statistical Service. Eso de babetum. October yi eso ina enkrofo no de adaka de besi wono mu bie mu a. Omo se entema ni na mu bon. Sunday. Entema na mu bon na se trese yes inflation. Pasa kosoro. Na mom kono kosoro no omo de brofo bia behwo you say e kosoro marginally la sanibo Sunday. Honorable Minister Sasuna na ma hemfo a ewon kwanta se omampani dada John Dramani Mahama wunyambedi president ba wone yewo mugidie se chieftaincy ahensam ho ntokwa nketen wo pani nimpa abetimi aso ano hyase ansa wa beswai se ono Ghana for pew won pew Obie ne hwenim ne nanum no waka no yo aka kire Ghana Supreme Court Chief Justice Dano say ono Orimeni the majority chief whip. Sunday. We'll be talking to Honorable Kwame Agboja this afternoon. Sunday. On your greatest baby Assembly area. Sunday. Sunday. I am honored to once again announce your hearing. Except my man, Donald Trump. And we. Oh, yeah, I don't minister. I don't minister. Why? Donald.
Trump.
Trump triumphs. But Trump is triumphing. Oh, Trump is trumping. What I say? Next time, Motowa. Yes, I actually. Sunday. Do you believe in prophecy? I do. Mejidi, Mejinkom Shedi. Mejinkom Shedi. But I just say, and come shall not show boy.
Hey, what can I say?
I say, and come shall not count boy, because in come shall be your heart. I had. Penny Abadiatre on a year to Franca at the new Patriotic Party. His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamadou Baumia of Ashanti region. Papa announces so Ashanti region and this in Penny Fuina National Executives Nina say yes we are caught Ashanti region. Now what me answer? Sunday. So we'll be finding out from political scientists to tell us. But let me tell you this. Honorable Minister is a political scientist. Of course, university or a political science. And to Abraham is some pass on and Mendiagro or master's degree in political science. Abraham is some master's degree in political science. Eti ase dunketia ewo ho. Sa so ena chief executive sir Tamana John Dramani Mahama wa ba mu no. Omo hoina, omo so akogigi hotels, omo so akotena Ashanti region.
Eso dunketia kwa se what to bomba ku bi o.
O se den.
O se asantefo to abasa tribalism.
Honorable Minister, Honorable good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Na bibia bokode.
Nyame adom na so.
Ja so ho dia.
Wenya she white na crowd.
Donald Trump ntina me share.
Nkonim dia.
Na menim so obanwi.
Nti
me oh makasa obanwi. Wenwi.
Ade na ye Democrats na ato omusu. Akoba dia ba.
Maminko ahoma so aho. Na yene Professor Bafo Ajimandua and to us so of our dama what men come my
Mejo so open
now adama bibia boko de
Nyame ada Roma ehu boni bia
but I say what are my men no shase en free a year Donald Trump wakwa akire wasaba biom about the 47th president of the United States of America. What shall ne ko ye ne ba oba ye ya. Wo unim de no wunyansem wa ye adwuma etufo e wo United Nations da. Den it me ko fa ne bai.
Donald Trump asema ye kan dia actually ye rare we ase no ye ntan hu bisa. America honan kasa wo crown this is the second time one. Obi adi president na wo lose the first term. Now Koye. Now was sign Abba was when a second time president. The first one occurred somewhere in the 1800s. And no be any naso say Trump will beat me as Yamba. That was me no share papa in the castle morning and your bay first time president. Then in some whom be no be any power with you and Fatasa or Samba Dio. It was so dear of bad first time we Obenya case me no ka se kra den se be se me nsa e wo course aye nwiye ba ko so aya wie kra so ye bu no 33 counts a ke se ye all chance November 27th. Judge, best sentence, And they say, what sign Abaya, Yanyan, who is America or Nomra, any constitution, we say, I show Penya, and I do have a call near Boo for Penya, ultimate president. Technically, legally, we try to be back. Obi Asabi, America for impeachment, where President Craig Pichino. Dear no, and to only banner the MC, we are saying, Sadia with you, a young man, who you cried. Now, the American Fahon is America for a toy, or Mabay, or Money Indian here, No matter quan be say current President Biden, American economy, no, Timin so Mukasia, MC, a jack from Munsem Katra. The Nipa be complains, Omoko stock no my better tono, a Sicano, so intimate to Dania. The economy, name say, is the main factor. Ama omodia bufo akoto akese yasai afano abe enti de mechanics si ani se America for omo ni asem ni akofa no nanso apa omo yi no ensem bebre wo mu a ya hwe ni ye ne organ anyina da achi bi beye
ye organ han wan hwe da achi bi beye wo ho
na I free say so in some car obey a first time president now 4 years ago as 5 years ago now. Well yeah no be bra na sabi antisenia America for nema. They decline. But the friend of foreign relations America for more nkita hu dia ni amanfo di. So almost ko ba ku bi money je ho pa to say no mo de mo pa. The friend NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Or many European countries, and Abomu. And so, I saw obeying her free. United Nations, you move here, Yasuni. Emerald Cock, I saw her America obeying her free. Climate change in a higher CFM argument. One support to our crown, yes, or you need climate change, we are saying. And you were not yet be a nature. Oh, but beware, they say, crown. Ni city tier ni tumi ko de ban eso if we say the victory ni kunim dia wodi ne this time cry so chen kan no e say American Senate crowd the Republicans o mafa any a chance house no and so be fa this about any men nyina could not say there e just idea person en wi ase bia no obeye because Republicans ni nyina almost no almost support no entino I say yeah obetnia kofa sen bia ba because oni kokwa sebe odi ni petmit na ho ekin cancer nti ade bia ya nwene hu ye na yeso ye fa ho adwene nyansa yeso ye better nsem na beba ni nim enya mai mom na nso no ni suba ni se ne o city kanen no se utietia na cheze enya de pa bia na eba
sa wo hwe sade na wo kanasem ne niema ba ko na mienu ebia osusu se wayo enu nti enam so ba Africa se ye toto ye niema yie na den na America mampani a oba sesei obetimi ayo pa esa Africa da ne ho so
obey ma America dem so ma ho no
de ni su ne de ban ho asema wo kan den na sesei abibrem for ye ne yetimi ada ye ho so just in case
nyansa de osia ye nim ne empese yo on Africa Ghana adibi mamu ha ye man panyum for ye leaders no esan se omukọ na ya kibibia ma won yes ye kopelo na World Bank the amount na IMF the amount me kope bibi na America USA near the abroad because entiama ya lazy in thinking and planning. Very lazy in thinking and planning. Oh, the papa will be aid to Africa. America for the urban. So that going to see America is number one. Onyo bia owo akuma ya ahumobro akuma. Enti de here America no, and was on your bay. If they say, hey, that you need that to America for the man, so better. I say so. I any plan be say assembly Let's all cast all do when you to no so any frizo no on Africa. Who's obey President Kakra and or can send be a sebe radio sucramint minka or can send be put on send your game for Africa. Oh, and now all bases was say America for immigrants are by home. I want a good man. Now no caucus I call the last campaign was said that Africa is a Congo, DRC for refugees. Omunina, you Google jail, you war mental psychiatric hospitals, Omun the Yoma no mobile America. Into a Makwai some baby who pa. And to any Africans and say, I'm for one, you say, yeah, mine or say, you need to fop. Nania, yes, man, you said the bay, yeah, my be yanko so, Yenia G. Crum. Na bibisa de na sia de ni koto obi so a sa America for so a anya na edi ehu free say we no anya America for nko a o e be kakra British for ho krom can be refugees immigrants and promasep ukofa France yes ya yan promasep near pamien ye de sabi yenye nipa adani ni adwene a e de ba dwene ho ne de aboaye man na yeso so ha no obi ti ha nani age se o dwuma ye obi bi enti me de me gin se de obe ekwan bebre so na nyema ye akwan bi so no eye e be kire nyansa se wo ho wudi wo man so na se wo ama wani ama wo man ho o mo ni ama wo man ho na wan sisi wo man ya ane wa sem to wa na obe so twa hye wo
Patroti sebe baby a yedru sesei no na metie de wo kan yi a so esese Ghana ye satra ye foreign policy ani and ye number 1 ye toso bi no anye bia no ye wo any established foreign policy framework bia it will prioritize Ghana's interests, economic growth, regional stability and security ankasa.
What be something very powerful. Frankly, me nim Ghana foreign ministry how it works. But me did so man be our uncle phobia said the year drink ye church near my year she we say near church or home policies mao. In Tiam Fanny said dear Ghana so you will be sir. Then mo me share send you suban city na ye ni bia enya me mama. Oh. Ye ni bia enya mama. If we say in some no, they yakasi partner economy. African countries in Ghana could be about 90% of African countries. Ye near to abrochre and abrofoso too much. Ye near BPS yanko a janicra ye dis a crown. Ye different baby neighbor. Now we are seeing now sub ye near my life. A gun and put the main fancy on Kaho. In see my life, now yes, no. Like I said, that you per se, in soon free baby never, and I said, that's a Sasso never, and I wouldn't say I should be a no. Oh, and you know, I will say it me quickly, ye general say, ye mine, dear Benny, ye near bit me a dear also. Nanu ya yes IMF call a meeting or Washington. Any finance minister Adam so cool. Don't send out to me no grandma.
Pachoane.
Aha. Na utie Kenya for minister or Samba Nairobi no kasa. What's your crana Neuraho? Omokoyeno. African ministers are all Ghana also your champion. Oh Kenya or your champion. Oh he now a champion. Almost a lie. Ye do magu corridor bi so nti o wa na IMF afro ye ma be 20 minutes bi se wasem nation na mpanyimfo amomo ha monam ahwihwi prosifo di machiti se mo amone champions oku amakwa ye nkoda masalai ye fro na o kasem 20 minutes anako no yaba. You see how they disgrace Africans? So now what you want to wo you know home pay at the pay Kenya ni finance minister asma make o say Obai who said, ye dear Wambo, or see, said Omonon come compem say $200 or $300 million. You know, secretary, a number of Browa, a see a guy near the Nito from Mossa 300 grand, and yes, a Becco Washington. I could delay a cost restaurant. Sule, friends, Oko Jisu, Sula Las at the Bay canon. What's the any petty me? She Jansen who be a dear Sicario. The Jack Crono, your boy, any idea who no. And yes, Rebecca Washington. And I think it's a very powerful statement. Oh, so no matter what, any say Jaya Crono, and then in some Murayo, and it's in Pabako, and any Pabia Sandy Wachi, Obia Kaka, Pin in Mexico, you who's Africa, you who says Kanye Sell. Oh, na and Sadia. Like I said, subject, there be no, almost fire in Yenipa, almost Muye. Oh, and you know, Trump of the Canadian, a young woman is a better Hunyansa. That's a way I'm for Hunyansa. That's a dear Tito Honania, but was at Netta Hodia. That's a bit. MC Yagin at Tiafa baby.
Accra. Ebano amembuo mu wo titru Africa ha Ghana yede Ghana be ye case study a ase amembuo no etutu sisi yakuye nim kakra na ase ye bo nsema ma ye pebe ho ase putupuru na ya sate ase ne ya ba yachi patwa ye den na account for sade.
Well, said the dika no yes ya fa say democracy ne bo antino ya so ba nfie enaya now proud to us where ma ni asama na account in what your source business said the America for you and na your politics so no a competitive the or time be back parties in term to one thing no cry and so you no start ebu ho akonta na kwan bi e be fa so no lu na mesma ba bi no so aba yes we ba also obey any change say o during so betimi aye bibia a change your oho no nti ade akọ nipa kro ho dada no waye no ofiti ase project bi oye no oba won fene nim to so nya so me ya me de mahama o simbe 200 schools senior secondary schools senior high schools o free ho akufu atu ba me ya 111 agenda hospitals also nim say fie nine fie you go team find even 50 hospitals. So, Jones was mobile, no smoja. If you 2 million co, a 2 and 9 million co anymore. For about no what 2 million sacoach. And here, one thing. If we say, winner takes all idea politics, you know, a ma or time abba parties non tell. And 2 of us, nothing be no say. Oh yeah, Papa cry you. We are bonya na ya double no straight and near the cafe be ya ube lose. So that kind of politics, you know. Account. If it's also countries that nyina timi aye over the past 50 years. Nyina in fast politics in the year. For Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, China. Politics in the was oh yeah, Bakumba no tuogu. Now no, they were united. So one party crown night was one party, and they were united and they were focused. Now they are all also for America for democracy. And you touch now enough for Abanon, so no yen no tuogu. Nah, also by that's why we don't go forward. It's as simple as that. If you say crowds, I bend you also a choir. Oh, you know, poo scams are different. The can. Yeah, no poo. Hey, you see me and Sato, ya, Equanasa. There's a gun at Quaben Apasoy. A Quaben, quite 5 years, 10 years in Yina, and to say, near Quina. Yes, I know. Country so much, yes, I know more projects. So, oh, yeah, will be actual corruption by a two near you say. And Panisa. Dede, Casa. They said they have no Casa. Some of us here in America. Casa, whom can I buy 4 Casa, a 4 Casa, a Casa we are near a copy for Guinea. Had the Achinia Sassumbio. That is the kind of politics we are doing. Well, that is not a healthy politics.
Well, what I'm saying now, cannot just say, America democracy, yes, so yes, kitty were hey no. Yanko pay the other, so yan pay the idea here.
Of course, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. And just say democracy. Democracy, mamu pepper be any hobby. But we can fix it in such a way. Say, America for any Britain, so-called veteran democracies, no. Their economies are well based, established. Trump, in 4 years, America will still be the same. Business will thrive because also business tax exemption. She's going to boost business. America, Trump, 4 years, the system will not change. The fundamentals of American economy will be the same. Hospitals quite need in here. School is in here. Was quite American style democracy. 4 years now. 4 years near Toba. I buy between how many millions of dollars are yes, here the Kotuaba. Yeah, yeah, so we are so different in how do you develop? And the American American style of democracy is not what we need. We need to fashion be a bit more of consensus, compromise, consensus building. And so better two parties. Now we speak penny so penny say. You see NDC for crown when you must take a candle on bomb better son. You buy any say, say all kinds of stupidities that we play in our politics. That is what is killing us, Minia. So people should be playing about these things. We don't have to hide the feelings at all.
Yaman boy Musa say, the Ayana Duma Cotton Power abatu mu a year easy. Research bebre about Bonte service bebre about Bonte say Ghana for the donor ni Ghana electoral commission ni mujidi. So we afrajain nemre ton chenya. One wa kenyi na no ye say yanji wondi. Enye huma ye.
Huma ye na me de enye me. Na Ghana how no you obidi. Obi anyi obi. Me boy.
Obi njobi ndi ane.
Na say isi na anyi ni anai. Kwa na ji obidi. Uni akra one no enam ho no kra. Otimi twa owe. Otuma no otimi koto bibi. No aji receipt abas makoto. Na so e dia ye. Kwa na ji obidi. Iso onyi yisi ni a e fa mo be. Abaya yin yanyi judges phone yanyi obi ani ya president yanyi ni minister yanyi ni parliamentarians yanyi omuni no obi awia bibi obi akiti oni na say isi dia ugini di kra be yi etiwe nsa se wo ya min so onyini ni a obeto aba no onyini ni eja abato na kwaji ni ogini die no onyema
Ebinum so se koba ne saa gidie ni o gidie ni wa ebetime duru ba bia ebetime de basabasa kakraba
se sana ye ne ma ne pe ye ne ma no emze tintinam se ara he kan de maka no se gidie na ni obi aho gidie ni ba dia enti se ya hwe ni ye na enti build trust in each other institutions of governance. Leadership or monofis GPA institutions vital for progress. Then we are just in it. And it's true. Says society to say, Oceanosa explosion point beba. Boom. Now I say a two will be there. And I have some question my shed and American in such a humorous way. Because we are not in many ways we are not serious. We are not really serious. And then I'm saying, I'm really and behind.
I say, if apart from opening Kojo Afarijan, no, Mame Charlotte say, Nanado Caso Bobe Pamno, Pamono. Who hear Jimin Sanswa, NDC from Penny from Biswasha, say, so Monsoba, Jimin Sasobeko. Quite quiet to say, and you be an ababy about in the East Bebana.
That's how they are a democracy. So we have the lady back to say Dampari Bisu or NPP ni or by Bessano, Habio, all the key players, actors in our society, no, or Mobia so Muna NPP for Akufano, Judge for Kufano Pontum Tiampel. Senor can will be a bar no Assam and Crow for not show. That's the kind of country we want. About stability need progress, my man. So, you know, I think we need to make us say this Western, especially American style of democracy is destructive. It's destroying us. Oh, so yeah, more most started a year. So you know, I you and may you will buy or sell because we have to so win power. Because a man why you wear Juma and Mercy Kapani politics. If you are maybe a religion, or sorry, why a pastor, why a prophet, why an evangelist, why a DN. Okay, your own people will be marketing, sorry. Because that's what the money is. We don't want money through production, productive sources. So, to be a easy way out. And the country doesn't produce. We are only producing thieves.
We are producing thieves. Wow. And no corruption no sura na ekone yentimi nsia no na.
Onua. That's all be a university or politics or kotia sorry. Na de su ni na aye krono o kotia sorry a ukowia o sika. Ukoye politics a ukowia o man sika. Tumi aye krono. That's what people want to do now.
Ahia obi beka say ase prof on kwa sorry ana. We ye de koye nyame adwuma.
Papa na nya sa nyame somo ye de bokro nu ena wo. David. Nyame somo de akro no ne asisie ne obi be wuchina wa nyame si obi be yese. Nyankopon Jesus by saro ke kan. O kan Bible. Jesus konanti ba bi say wa me humia wo win election na be humia o Jesus of the cancer to be cast on your cross. Anyway,
and run many will be bonkomo efa winner takes all a way a membo muna nipa ne catch him say smart nam say yes sir. Yang ma womumi anu na mbo mukura embu man na we scratch way back na say kase ye koye consensus pass akoma boma tufu ene de wo mbe kuyen kura we ye wo ne saying
me maka sesa we not take so a bad system for us, a very bad for us, so we need to have our own system at least reflecting the values of Ghanaians or Africans. Who's a culture and a traditions be a consensus building or here cry assemble if you know some penny for can. So yeah, with you be penny for transit nine castle way young what count they know account they are sitting up middle ground. Yeah, so as some casino. It's a warrior crowd who was so traditional create me and your reconcile. That's how we are. The anti Western Europeans or Americans or other cultures law and say ya party be organic constitution no say insanity the sanity na eduano be wo ni a now do it is some de minu a bebre na yeah you see some be o ho hia say ye kapa ye discuss na ye ya anti asie bi ba say o say yes yeah political culture yeah building and I'm a bit bro who so and people know, politicians know. Other publicly prominent politicians Oman can say sabi sikawia because say no be called 10 million so the bear election no win ya no win years you can or Korea and so in day so but the coffee no also the control and it's a bad system the way we are practicing our democracy is very bad because a kwabina ya di agene to form na yehu say idea sanwa idea be we akro ne nanam no be wo mani that's what we need to do.
Professor Bafo Ajimandria Akra Ewie medase pa
asi dani ye nyina na ye boa ye ho ye aboa ye mai
Professor Bafo Ajimandria, a UN governance expert. Nasam no kaya no, di hear me pa kasiye, e wubuni se siya tutu ya niyama ye. Said beya, just in case, me favorite president-elect to America, or starting na diya na, yehundu baby ye debe fa, ba mi mumde me bom pa se, nipa bi o wa America oni nkrata ompam no so ye bafie na ye hu say man mu ayedin African presidents will begin to think ye try America US aid ubenya US aid mayare mo ba take a grow he wo kruma honorable minister
so ono crampo ne speech o ma of Florida so kan kakra so say America needs help. Waka. Also be secure borders no. Waka.
America needs help.
And no one the waka ne dey say obey you. And so e bi keka say me and Shenan fa ya adwen koso say e bi ana waka say obedi ehun dwuma e ban of borders ne ade ni immigration hon sensem le e bi ana wo ma ya no mfa sa Venezuela ho ne Mexico ho ba bi be piem US no. E bi omo na nani edi omachi. Inti sana ye keka se wo keka na wo de maminko ensem na captain ye hyase no wo di kan ebobobo nsem bi so maminchechiro mu kakra ansa na afa de dwumadie no so atoa so na yaka US abato ekoso no nsem de ye nya kan ye di ho nkomo so na obenfo professor etimine captain so edi sa nkomo na papa niam mu ama etimi ate ase na mingina no so mom na menko NDC ene da say we obi a who frequent social media so bon say Facebook na so Sami Jemfi National Communications Officer man this man you could say what the pictures too add to the page na so it's why no photo grade ohun enti no hu say eyi Donald Trump e da soro e na ye de ense gugugu ne so e na ne form no so no NDC John Dramani Mahama Bukotoje said the position na Donald Trump wono sa na Mahama so aye wo Bukotoje ene nsagugu go ne so eno de hu se eye Ghana fa so for dodo na na de onsagu ne so bo mpa na picture na da Facebook so mpa cho by Facebook ne so nua 95.1 FM asembe ni stream e ho be hwe picture na make ho asem na no to hu se picture na ese similarities wom and na Sami Jemfi dey akoto Instagram ni Facebook no busa so busa asemo se dia na hu wo ho question no dey ato na no wo se dia na hu wo ho
me answer
obe answer ma no obusa si busa Ghana for patobra Facebook na bra be comment
je be hu say ba ko bo red tie
na ba ko so
ba ko de omo tie
na similarities be na hu
honestly, esro de no. Asofo no bi enkuta microphone.
Na odie me pa acho e ba say no Asami Jemfi de beto ho no busa se de na hu no NDC fo ashom. And the NDC for who said Trump there, he's on his way to victory. Victoria, where do you could even know?
Where's so wow, sir, a member na woman in no. Obi a jacket.
A short dear no.
So dear no, obi a jacket botai. Ba ko pena owo nchemu ha asa na person bo clerical. Asa ono osa dictionary pa o, they all say no. Ono chebi. Ena Ghana form the no. Ba ko apampa mu afurudwene, e ho so ba ko apampa mu afurudwene. Esro de no.
Etu be so say no na Sami Jemfi say what do we see there no.
Esro de no.
Eye no a.
Esro de no. Asofo ni bia bu nkotodwe.
From there no so there.
From there no.
Ba ko for pe na ebu nkotodwe. Ba ko for pe na ebu nkotodwe. Na captain e ba say no NDC fo asom Sami Jemfi sha say NDC fo bi di bia to aso. Wo mo si de akoso wo US abatu oni mo no abo akwanya to wa ma NDC amanyokuo no wo mo se akwanya na abo ato amomo na so mo ka ne saa de ase Donald Trump akwadi nkunim wono so so de oyo mampanyin dada na afi wasan beje abedwa no it is NDC fo kasa abo akwanya ato amomo na e kamia ye se John Dramani Mahama and as a so mo de na compare Donald Trump na NDC fo e chese de ko ye obi a nya hwe han hwa de wo se mo de mo nhwa de monshade de besi afi abatwa e ba abeto no makasa afa ho
ma yenkwa ahoma ne so na fe ye ne akua sapoma ento aso obekuya akoduru babia Speaker of Parliament Honorable Bagbin ebe kasa achre Ghana fo yina akua otemen kama ha
ja captain
na bibia bokọ de
Yakopon adom bibia ye bokọ
mo hot say
Captain Medase, has say a boko as Mujie Quine, so gidigidi bia and for so a wahano musena, said the Ghana Fonina, and Shadimusa and the Speaker of Parliament, ebe addressing media, no, and on and so ama and send short for about a bedroom job 600, has say in the Yabia speaker, ebe addressing media, no, now, as I say, a yes speaker and any media, ebe Casensino, MPs, ministers, ne de young who will be a wahano musena, a media. For and your wash and say na post if we are almost so say bibia be was dream or air buying a wahan say and I your wahan say that year a cousin Bosumia a travel dana a tosso a drone Speaker of Parliament 32 just say and Parliament and mass the flags or da on one Saka crown for wants me enter and no and now so much say and they Waba address it, media for ya say the yen and I watching you nimu dear speaker ebeba abeka amagana for na at the say they are train ye wa bibia enya enforce wa hanu say asudwemu media for wa hanu say no obi e mount in the cameras and the tripod ni ade it's no ye wa hanu say train say speaker ebeba na wa be address na ye ba ye do na ye media nkwa na afi abre no ya so ne de me Parliament administration no almost so abai inside there will be a say bibia eda na from e wa hanu say kama enche Speaker ebepie na DNC and then what press conference what na no disem aba to join me say ye for the answer for but the TPRA ebe koso e wa hanu say no ye be mo mahu sade a etie
all right obakwa mama na wase Nti said etie no 10 times so no many honorable minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection. And I say Honorable Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Honorable, can you please microphone?
Agreement.
Yes, your sense as an
Honorable Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Honorable, good afternoon.
Jevan, good afternoon, boss.
Now, Bibi Abokode.
We're better today.
Okay, so you have your two ministers. Honorable Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection and Honorable Minister, Lands and Natural Resources.
Wakachem se one ba me kasa won.
O me da bi better.
One for kasa until.
Se bi wo ha kan se on chedant.
But Jana Bibi
Aboko, ma Michelle Roslyn or Paris Chapel or Palm Curtains and Tom Curtains.
Oh, okay.
Mami Chiano.
And that's not only a wario. CID. Clement Dupoku. Amanse, is it Amanse East or something? More DC.
And then no.
Yes, a Kwame Poku CID.
Kwampoku Wari.
Yeah, Kwampoku CID. And then no warranty. Congratulations to Kwame Poku CID.
Congrats.
I think that DC for this, I think for the first time, who say I think that DC worry.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time. Who say don't wanna Oba betra konwa no so a no mo wo yire mo dada. Aha, but we dey watra konwa no so pra. Okaka ko na ATS afi no worry.
No problem. We anya won na Kwame Nkrumah ne yire.
Was it?
We anya won bia.
Was it?
Kwame tsna so asai.
Kwame so dey why name o.
Shut up. Yeah. This is how we are show we won. Sir, we are program way.
I work a friend of Pasolo.
But Wama me change Equatorial Guinea.
Oh, that.
Debbie, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can.
Can I organize?
Oh,
Ghana.
All right. Yeah, for Donald Trump speech, you know, na fe. Yeah, peja mu prekope at the Accor TV. Obeti yenka, and so our haya. Yeah, for Donald Trump. Nekasai. Yeah, for peja.
It is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. A star is born, Elon. He's a character, he's a special guy, he's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them.
This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank the Nelk boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, busting with the boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
We can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? Many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And to every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And, winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back
organs of state, various state institutions, and the public, the bridge between them, because you are more or less the conduit and the channel through which critical information, which is useful as far as our public discourse is concerned, the governance process is concerned, you are in a better position to relate such messages to the people, the good people of this country, far and wide. Various villages, hamlets, where Right Honorable Speaker and leadership will not be able to travel to, at least. You have your machinery, as it were, in place to be able to reach out to all of them. And so, Right Honorable Speaker considers it very critical, and that is why this moment is here with us. It is our expectation that this opportunity would afford all of us, the needed space to be able to appreciate in perspective a number of issues which are in the public domain. It will afford us the opportunity to be discerning enough to make intelligible judgments in furtherance of the building of this nation. I don't believe it's an opportunity to apportion blames or to put out there who is right or wrong. It is simply to give out information which is necessary for our national discourse. And in that regard, I thank you all for coming and welcome you all. I believe we will all grant him our ears. I thank you.
The Right Honourable Speaker, leadership of the House, honourable members, distinguished members of the media. They say when the old lady calls you, you usually do not know what they are going to say, so you will hazard all kinds of guesses until you hear from them. Usually it would be to give you nuggets of wisdom or to caution you about a direction to head in order for you to prosper in the land of the living. Our old lady, in this case a male, has called us and we've come. And so we are going to listen to him and hear what he has to say. Please, with a round of applause, help me to welcome the Speaker of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic, the Right Honourable Albert Sumana Kingsmith.
Please, kindly be seated. I believe I'm too young to wear the hat of an old lady. I don't have that wisdom of the old ladies. Let me also add my voice in welcoming all of you to this afternoon presser, and I'll do all I can to be as brief as possible. Beloved Ghanaians, democracy will work only if we fight for it, says President Barack Obama of the United States. I swore an oath to uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will do right to all manner of persons in accordance with the Constitution and the laws and conventions of Parliament, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. I concluded the swearing of the oath with a call on God to help me. I'm very confident and have faith in God to see me through. I'm very confident and have faith in God to see me through these dark days of Ghana and our young democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start this presser by disabusing and setting the minds of Ghanaians at ease. There is no constitutional crisis in this country. I repeat, there is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country. The democratic system we adopted and enacted, as captured in the Constitution 1992 and fleshed out in various laws, processes, procedures, and practices, is what has been triggered, and it is working. Let us allow it to work. Democracy is about the rule of law. Let the law work. The democratic system we adopted and enacted recognizes that in the course of operationalizing the system, disagreements will occur and challenges and problems will arise. The system has put in place mechanisms, structures and institutions, processes, procedures and rules to follow and apply to resolve the disagreement, convert the challenges into opportunities, and provide solutions to the problems. This is what is being pursued and applied. There is no constitutional crisis in the country. Beloved Ghanaians, I have served Parliament and the people of Ghana continuously for over 32 years as a politician and over 42 years as a public servant. I cherish the role Parliament plays in our democracy, and my mission is to leave Parliament a stronger institution than I met it. Parliament is alive and working. It has not been dissolved, prorogued, prohibited, suspended, or terminated. The plenary sitting and meetings of Parliament were adjourned indefinitely due to lack of quorum to take decisions created by a walkout staged by the MPP members who were available as a result of a disagreement. The cause of the disagreement, which led to a disorder, had to be resolved with time and engagement of many more leaders than those in Parliament. The adjournment was done by the lawful authority, the Speaker of Parliament. Let us stop pressing the panic buttons and fear-mongering and allow the system to work. Anger and indecent language rather inflames the situation. There can be no democracy without patience, tolerance, discipline, collaboration, the love for one another, and consensus building. Ladies and gentlemen, one may ask, what led to this disagreement? Following a statement by Honorable Dr. KCL Atuba-Forson on a matter he considered to be of urgent public importance on the 15th of October 2024, and comments thereof by other members as permitted by the standing orders of Parliament, I communicated the findings of my inquiry into the matter as the Speaker of House on the 17th of October 2024, the contents of which has been construed to be a ruling. The Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin disagreed vehemently with the contents of my communication as the Speaker of Parliament and proceeded to advance an earlier action he had commenced in the Supreme Court on the 15th of October 2024 to prevent the Speaker of Parliament from receiving and making any pronouncement on the subject matter of the statement made by Honorable Dr. KCL Atuba-Forson until the final determination of the matter by the Supreme Court. The rest, we say, is history. Ladies and gentlemen, being a party to the suit in my official capacity, I am mindful of what I say. But it must be said, the suit before the Supreme Court raises not just legal questions, but more importantly, has profound implications for our democratic system of governance. At at its core, is the very essence of our democracy. While many legal arguments have been advanced in and out of the court, I recognize the fact that connected political and governance implications have not been addressed sufficiently to enrich the national discourse. It is my considered view this should also be vigorously articulated to give a holistic approach to resolving the issue. As one of the protagonists in this matter, and a long-time practitioner, it will be a disservice not to respectfully draw your attention to some of the facts, principles, and ethics of politics and governance, the practice and procedures of Parliament, and what is generally referred to as parliamentary law, to throw light on some aspects of the matter and to clarify the considerations that underpinned my actions. The current brouhaha may be likened to a power play between the arms of government, and it has the potential to undermine our democracy and the authority of Parliament. Its outcomes could subvert Ghana's constitutional order and the democratic system. Ghanaians have toiled, sacrificed their lives, and shed blood to establish for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament, which is the repository of the sovereign will of the people of Ghana. It is increasingly becoming clear the judiciary and the executive are seemingly colluding to weaken Parliament. The decision of the Ghanaian voters in the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections is clear and loud to all discerning people. The decision is obviously a preference for a consensual and collaborative governance to a winner-take-all government. A majoritarian system of parliament, where the minority have a say, but the majority have its way, was rejected by the voters. They rather opted for inclusivity, collaboration, consensus building, leaving nobody behind. The equal representation of the two major parties in Ghana, resulting in the composition of a hung parliament, to the voters is the better way forward for our dear nation. The expectation of the voters is this will lead to the constitution of a parliament where the national interest will prevail as against partisan or parochial interests. This is the context and the peculiar situation I have to preside over as a speaker. I'm the first speaker in the Fourth Republic, in fact, in the history of Ghana, to work with a president who belongs to a different party, to work without a majority party in parliament, but with an evenly divided parliament, 137 apiece. That is a hung parliament. Decision making has therefore not been smooth sailing. As the Speaker of Parliament, I hold the balance in in favor of the national interest, but sometimes bend backwards to accede to government requests because government has been given the mandate to govern. It is with this understanding I led the board of the Parliamentary Service and members of Parliament to provide procedural rules of engagement to actualize this goal and to provide for the possible types of government as envisaged in the Constitution. These possibilities include an election of an independent president to form a government, somebody who contests, as we have now, as an independent presidential candidate can be elected by the voters as the president of Ghana. How is he going to work with Parliament to get his or her business, and that is government business, approved by Parliament? We have a possibility of a minority government where the voters vote for the president, but he has less members of Parliament, and that is a minority government. How is he going to get the majority members of Parliament to always approve his business for him to govern the nation? We can also have a coalition or a merger of parties government. And the familiar one we know is the majority government. These are possible governments constitutionally guaranteed in Ghana. In the current hung parliament, the new standing orders of Parliament had to cater for such a government by a number of provisions in the standing orders. We also provided provisions for all the other options of government that I just explained. For instance, a day which we called a decision day has been designated in the new standing orders, where the Speaker, in consultation with the leadership of the House, will set aside to allow members of Parliament who are ministers and deputy ministers the opportunity to be present in Parliament to be counted in support of government position to ensure government business does not suffer for lack of government members of Parliament in Parliament. Despite the above, often the number of government members present still don't add up due to the nature of the duties and responsibilities of ministers and deputy ministers. The NDC members of Parliament, however, understood the situation and on a daily basis cooperated with the NPP members of Parliament to see government business through. In spite of this, the NDC members are said to be saboteurs of government business by the NPP members of Parliament and the followers of the new patriotic party. Those of you who cover proceedings on a daily basis are witnesses as to how sometimes I have to look at the members of the NDC in a very stern manner, which made them give in to their objections, just to get government business going. Ladies and gentlemen, the powers of the judiciary ends where the nose of Parliament starts. The Constitution is very clear on freedom of speech and of proceedings of Parliament. Articles 115 and 116 grant members of Parliament privileges and immunities of speech, debates, and proceedings on any matter or thing brought by a member in or before Parliament by petition, bill, motion, or otherwise. And I want to quote the two articles to you. Article 115. There shall be freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament, and that freedom shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or place out of Parliament. Article 116. Subject to the provisions of this article, but without prejudice to the general effect of Article 115 of this Constitution, civil or criminal proceedings shall not be initiated against a member of Parliament in any court or place out of Parliament for any matter or thing brought by him in or before Parliament by petition, bill, motion, or otherwise. This means happenings in Parliament must remain in Parliament. So the court must and has always been hesitant to interfere in the proceedings and decisions of Parliament. In the celebrated case of Tufor versus the Attorney General, the Supreme Court affirmed that happenings in Parliament are a closed book. Despite these provisions, the courts are replete with debates and proceedings of Parliament. Most worrying is these proceedings are initiated by some members of Parliament, even leaders of Parliament, who ought to know better. Parliamentarians who are to be loyal to Parliament rather than to the Supreme Court run to the Supreme Court at the slightest opportunity to use the Supreme Court to undermine Parliament. This might be one of the reasons Parliament and members of Parliament are not respected and treated with disdain. This was exhibited by the President's refusal to even receive the LGBTQ+ bill, duly processed and passed by Parliament without any legal basis. The judiciary is supportive of this conduct by the receipt and processing of a suit on this subject matter. These are dangerous precedents in our democratic journey. Both the President and the judiciary have sinned against the Constitution and must seek the opportunity to confess and repent to be forgiven. I am confident the battles we are fighting today will make our democracy stronger and more vibrant in the future. I believe in the supremacy of the Constitution. Mark my words, the supremacy of the Constitution, not the supremacy of the judiciary or Supreme Court. I also believe in a vibrant parliament that is respected and accorded its due on political questions as long established by law and decided cases. A parliament that understands, reflects, and embodies the will of the people and defends its constitutional prerogatives only works in the interest of Ghana and Ghanaians, not a rubber stamp parliament subservient to the whims and caprices of the executive and or the judiciary. Again, I strongly believe that Parliament was one of the institutions President Barack Obama had in mind when he opined, while in Ghana in 2009, that Africa needs strong institutions and not strong men. I'm happy he didn't add women. Parliament must be strong to perform its legislative function and the indispensable function of holding the president to account. That is the oversight function. No other person or body has the gravitas and constitutional mandate to do so in Ghana. The public, media, civil society, and other partners in governance can make constructive inputs and criticize actions and omissions of arms of government. But these bodies are not constitutionally and legally structured and mandated to hold the executive to account. Parliament is elected. It is, at its best, the will of the people, legally and constitutionally structured and mandated to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, my dream, therefore, is a patriotic one. The existence of a firm, effective, efficient, and responsive parliament whose members place national and constituency interests ahead of narrow partisan or personal interests. At last, this is yet to materialize in Ghana. Parliament weakens itself when its members keep running to our courts to settle or seek favorable determinations of not just legal matters, but essentially political and governance questions. It is my strong belief the matter before the Supreme Court can be settled within Parliament through matured deliberations and compromises. Please, make no mistake. Not all the strong men President Obama warned us about come in military uniforms. Some come dressed in suits. I hope in my lifetime, Ghana shall have a parliament and a speaker who are truly independent from Jubilee or Flagstaff House or any headquarters in the conduct of parliamentary business. Let me state unequivocally, Parliament owes its duty to the people who established and elected its members to serve and represent them. The wheels of Parliament will continue to turn, and no person will be allowed to disrupt parliamentary proceedings or to undermine the democratic mandate of Parliament. When I ruled in January 2021 on the issue of which side constitutes majority and minority in parliament, the ruling was in favor of the majority group then. It was not an act of lawlessness as to cause constitutional crisis. When I ruled in the matter of the vacation of seats by Honorable Kennedy Ajapong, Honorable Henry Korte, and Honorable Sarah Adjoa Safo, the question of the interpretation of the Constitution was not raised. When my predecessor declared the former seat vacant in 2020, applying the same provisions of Article 97, the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to interpret and enforce provisions of the Constitution was not invoked. Peace reigned in these instances, and nobody cried and ran to the Supreme Court under the guise of constitutional interpretation. If I may ask, is it a legal matter for the Supreme Court to decide as to which side of the House constitutes the majority or minority? It is for good reason that justice is said to be blind, and further, that justice must not only be done, but must be seen to be done in all cases, not in only those cases to which some people appear to be sentimentally attached. Fellow Ghanaians, I respectfully call on the Supreme Court to apply the same swiftness with which the motion ex parte in the instant matter was granted to the case involving the President's refusal to receive the Human Rights and Family Values Bill passed by Parliament, which has been pending before the same court for almost a year without being heard. Ladies and gentlemen, consistency is not just an ideal, but the foundation of life. The court cannot enjoin 4 members of Parliament from serving their constituents for 12 weeks, but was very eager to deny the constituents of Assin-North their representation because of the issue of allegiance. The court cannot deny the constituents of Sal the sanctity of representation for years. The court cannot even see that the Constitution itself permits a denial of representation within 3 months to the holding of a general election. It's in the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parliament of Ghana shall commence sitting as by law prescribed from tomorrow, November 7th, 2024. I have earlier instructed the clerk to Parliament to transmit the LGBTQ+ bill to the President for assent. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'm aware of the business the government wants to transact through Parliament, and I'm willing to cooperate and collaborate with government. Despite all that I have said, Ghana first. And all Ghanaians should bear the President, Parliament, the judiciary, and all our leaders in prayer for the betterment of our people and country. With this, I thank you all for your attention. Assalamu alaikum.
The Right Honorable Speaker of the 8th Parliament with that address. May we please be seated. This is the Speaker's press conference, and he will now take questions from members of the media. We will take them in tranches of 4. Please, brevity is the name of the game. So you get up, you tell us your name, your media house, and then your question. In order for us to get as many questions in as possible, one man, one machete. And please, the preambles, let's just use them. The Director of Media Relations will assist in this particular endeavor.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, my name is Ibrahim Al-Hassan. I report for GH1 TV and Star Show. Okay, so one man, one question. Mr. Speaker, I just want a clarity. Have you re-instructed the clerk to resubmit the Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill to the presidency, or you relating to the old instruction you gave which was rejected during the transmission?
My name is Kwame Minka, TVXYZ Power FM. My question is simple. So tomorrow as Parliament sits, tell us exactly how the sitting arrangement would be. Because what we've been hearing is that the minority then has its majority, and would they remain as such, or there will be a shift? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Kweku Asante from Joy News and Joy FM. Mr. Speaker, during the proceedings in court, the Attorney General had cause to say that you had committed a crime by illegally procuring the services of Mr. Sori in litigating those matters in the Supreme Court. Specifically, he puts out a letter that has been signed by the PPA CEO rejecting a sole source procurement that you wanted to do as regards to Mr. Sori. Please, can you respond to the specifics and allegations that you had committed a crime in that regard?
My name is Havila Kekele, Class FM. Right Honorable Speaker, there have been several occasions where members of Parliament sometimes, through disagreement with some of your rulings or pronouncements on the floor, use certain words at you. How do you feel about some of these things?
Mr. Speaker, we will respectfully take a fifth one. We'll take a fifth one because of the brevity of the question, so that we can get as many questions.
Thank you very much. My name is John Amensa, and I report for GBC Online. Just to reiterate the point earlier made by my colleague. Speaker, as we speak today, the media, we are somehow confused. You address MP as a minority leader and or a majority leader. You are told that, please, that's not my title, or they'll just cut the line. Please, can you settle this debate for us? Who is the majority leader to be in Parliament?
The Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
These are very interesting questions. The first one is easy. It's a fresh instructions to the clerk to Parliament to resubmit the bill to the President. I'll leave it at that. The second one, please, it's not part of the duties of a speaker to decide where an MP should sit in Parliament. It's not my duty. That determination in Ghana's situation, in various parliaments, these things we are talking about, majority side, minority side, don't exist any longer. That's why in my ruling I use the term old school. The British model,
government, opposition, benches, and a carpet in between them. And so when you are shifting your political lineage, you have to cross that carpet to the other side. And that is why you have the term carpet crossing. Our parliament is not arranged in the form of government and opposition. And Ghana don't like the term opposition. So we decided to adopt the terms from the United States of America, majority and minority. So you can even sit anywhere. But the numbers determine who is majority and who is minority. But in our parliament, the practice is for those who constitute majority to sit at the right side of the speaker, and those who constitute minority to sit at the left side of the speaker. That is because after independence in 1957, we adopted the Westminster system, which is practiced in the United Kingdom. But we changed that, even to the extent that the arrangement of the floor of the House is in a horseshoe. So it's not always the case that the people to the left side are all members of minority. That's not the case now. And there's good reason behind this. As in the textbooks. The determination, therefore, in our situation as to who constitute majority or minority is a question of numbers. As to where they sit is the determination first of the political parties who influence who should lead the caucus or party wing in parliament. They, after various consultations, decide that these 5 people should occupy these positions in leadership. And so they are given the chairs in front. Then in consultation with them, the 5 leaders, they determine who should sit behind them. Because as a leader, you need somebody that you have trust, confidence in, who has the capacity, so that when you are in some difficulty or you have a challenge, you can just lean over and listen to his or her whisper. So you have a say as to who sits behind you. The speaker is not involved in this. The whips, particularly the chief whips, lead in trying to identify who should sit behind. And it also has to do with years of experience in the House, and also the issue of gender and other professional backgrounds, until you get to those who are at the back. Even though we don't sit on benches, we still use the term back benches. The speaker is not involved in this. After they have agreed on it, they then get in touch with the parliamentary service through the clerk, who will get his officer at the table together with the marshal, and they will get the names, print them, and place them on the various tables as decided by the various caucuses. The speaker don't come in this. Please, how can you call speaker to come and decide where people should sit? It's not part of my duties. Number 3. I will plead with you. Go and look at that letter. He's the Attorney General. He did his service in Parliament here. I was leader then, when he was doing his service here. Yes. So
So I know him very well before he became Attorney General. Read that letter carefully. And that's one of the things they are missing. There's vast difference between Parliament as an institution and the office of the Speaker. The Speaker is the party before the Supreme Court, not Parliament. So as Speaker, when the Attorney General is taking a different position from my position, I should still contract him as my counsel. I will leave it at that. Because I'll meet the Attorney General and I'll tell him my peace of mind on some legal issues and pronouncements he made at the Supreme Court. You know, Attorney Generals must be respected as learned, but it should not be part of what Obama referred to. Not me. It will not work. Number 4. For the terms they use against me, it's part of the hazards of the work. We're doing everything as leaders, not to bring up our youth to believe that indecent, intemperate, insulting and offensive language is the way to go. But people interpret freedom of speech to mean that freedom of speech without responsibility. You can just use any word. But you know how offensive it is to you yourself or your parent when it's used against your father or mother. But for me, what I believe in is that you reap what you sow. That one, nobody can run away from it. I think the last question I answered it. As to who is majority, who is minority, I made it clear to all of you. It's not a function or duty of the Speaker.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. We will take the next tranche. I see Ahmed, the Director of Media Relations, is working to do that. Again,
thank you very
your
much.
name?
My name is Ahmed Usman Khalid, Imam Zakaria, Gurguruwe. No, I have to plead the Constitution. Please, I've left mine. Yes, can you open Article 1 or 2? I just want to quote what the Chief Justice read in Supreme Court in the absence. My name is Ahmed Usman Khalid, Imam Zakaria Gurguruwe. Oh, a freelance journalist, not from MPP headquarters, please. My school fees was paid by the Speaker, so. Council, Article 2. Yeah, I just want to read what the Chief Justice read in the absence of the Speaker. I didn't want to paraphrase, I just want to read. Article 2. She says this way. 1. A person who alleges, I'll leave all and come to surplus 4. Failure to obey or carry out the term of an order or direction made or given under the clause 2 of the article in this Constitution commits a high crime under this Constitution and shall, in the case of the President or the Vice President, constitute a ground for removal from office under this constitution. Right Honorable Speaker, this was read before an open court, Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court was saying that it has instructed you to adhere to its orders. Failure is that she's going to apply Article 2, Clause 4 on you. That even the President or the Vice President, if they go contrary, or if they may refuse to, follow the order, they will suffer this particular punishment. Right Honorable Speaker, have we gone contrary to the Supreme Court's orders, ruling, or judgment? Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Evans Ofisilabi from TV SYZ and Power FM. Mr. Speaker, we want to know whether the 4 seats which were declared vacant still remain vacant.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Simon again. I report for the Accra Times. In one of the interviews, former Majority Leader, Honorable Chairman, had with Joy News, he said after your predecessor, former Speaker Michael Quay, gave the ruling in 2020, he disagreed with former Speaker Michael Quay, and you supported his stance. I want to find out why did you go back to support your former predecessor when you expressed disagreement with his earlier ruling? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. My name is George A.C. and I'm with Ghana Web. By your ruling on the 17th, the 4 MPs were supposed to have vacated their seat, and the court has ordered them to come back. What is your instruction to the clerk and those who are responsible? Are they going to be allowed to come into Parliament or not?
Thank you very much, Rather Honorable Speaker. My name is Nana Kweku Bofa, and I work with Opimso Radio in Menchia, Kumasi. Speaker, you have been accused of interpreting 1992 Constitution when you declare the 4 seat vacant. Speaker, I want to know, did you do so? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. I think we've taken the fifth one, and so Mr. Speaker may answer the 5 questions with Kwekubofa's own on whether he misinterpreted the provisions in the 1992 constitutions when he declared the 4 seats vacant. Mr. Speaker.
Well, you're talking about the same matter using different words. But that is before the Supreme Court. And I've given instructions to my lawyers to handle that. So that is not a matter for me to comment on. My lawyers are handling that. So all questions we're dealing with those issues before the court will allow the court to handle that. What I would draw your attention to is that the practice and procedure of Parliament is unknown to many, including the court. Anything I do on the floor, I refer to the standing orders. The courts can declare the standing orders as unconstitutional or unlawful or whatever. Until that is done, as the presiding officer, I'm bound on issues of procedure proceedings in practice apply those rules. And that is what we did. That is why in my statement, I drew your attention to the fact that what I did on the floor was just sharing of information, communicating to the members that this issue that was raised, and by the standing orders, I have options. I could have set up a committee to go through it and submit a report. That report could even lead to legislation. Or I could go and inquire into it myself and then come and inform the House of my findings. That is in the standing orders. That is what I said is being construed to mean ruling. In our parliamentary practice, you don't make ruling when statements are made. Statements are commented upon. But the nature of the subject matter was debatable. And because of its importance, I had to give room for many more members to comment. But in trying to comment, they debated it. So that was what happened. But I'm clear as to my rule. Just inquire into it, come and share with the House in the form of information what your findings revealed. And that was all what I did. I did not make any order. Go and read the proceedings. I did not make any order. And for my friend, a veritable Honorable Oseche Mensah Bonsu, I'm sure he showed you the evidence where we had that discussion. He disagreed, and I supported him, and now I have made a U-turn. I thought you should have asked him when my predecessor made the ruling whether his side disagreed with him and allowed the same member, who is now second deputy speaker, to continue to sit, or his seat was vacated. Did they agree with him or disagree with him? You should have asked him. So that one, he will need to produce evidence to show that this is what happened. I don't know where we sat and held a discussion, or it's on the floor and the official reports are there for you to go and read, whether I got up and in my contribution disagreed with my predecessor. That is for you to make your findings on. And what's the last question? I answered all. Yes. That's it.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. We'll take 2 more tranches and then we'll be done. We're doing well so far. The Director of Media Relations is still going around with the microphones.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. You said the President and the Judiciary have sinned against the... My name is Ohene Ampons. I work with Adom FM and Adom TV. Now, you said the President and the Judiciary have sinned against the Constitution. Would you tell us more on that? What would you say that will be the things or the acts they have done that will constitute, in your opinion, sin against the Constitution?
Good afternoon, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Nia Yukuoka. I work for City FM and Channel 1 TV. Now, Article 112, Clause 3 of the Constitution, as well as the Standing Orders 53, have been invoked by the NPP caucus for the 3rd time this year, whenever you adjourn the House indefinitely. Now, we want to find out, is this an abuse of that provision, and what has been its impact on other legislative processes? Thank you.
My name is Emmanuel Akoli of Peace FM. Speaker, a number of people have described this 8th Parliament as very chaotic based on events that which happened when this parliament came into being and what is happening currently. Mr. Speaker, how do you see this parliament? Are you proud of the 8th parliament? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. My name is Kwabena Efre Martin. I report for Original TV and Original FM. Mr. Speaker, I would like to know what influenced your decision of adjourning Parliament sine die the last time we had our sittings, and what will be your decision if the same situation which happened the last sittings continue tomorrow?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Clement Akolo. I report for Parliament News 360. I also double as the Communication Officer for Parliamentary Network Africa. Mr. Speaker, you mentioned that both the President and the judiciary have sinned. And when you look at Article 122 of the Constitution, it talks about contempt of Parliament. So if they have sinned, do they fall far of the contempt of Parliament, and what are you going to do about it? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ben. I think that's the 5th question for this tranche. I get the feeling that this could be the last one. Am I right, colleagues? Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, if you may answer the 5 questions that we referred to.
The two of you raised a question about the sinning of the president and the judiciary. Please go through the Constitution or the laws of Ghana. There is nowhere where the president can refuse to receive a bill passed by Parliament. In fact, the crafters of the Constitution are so careful that they even took away veto power from the president. So in Ghana, our president cannot veto a bill passed by Parliament. It's clear in the Constitution that the president will receive the bill passed by Parliament. If he has concerns, he will communicate to Parliament that I have concerns on this bill that you have passed within 7 days. Then he has 14 days to put across those concerns back to Parliament, and Parliament is called upon to reconsider the bill, taking his inputs into consideration. That is what is in the Constitution and the laws of Ghana. So if the president refuses to even receive the bill, what has he done to the Constitution? You understand? 2, in the Constitution, the president is permitted to refer the bill to the Council of State for advice. He didn't even do that. So the term I even used is very mild. In the case of the judiciary, a bill is a bill. It's not law. It's just a bill. This is a draft that is being discussed. The judiciary is going to do what? Be part of the law-making process. Tell us what to do in the bill. It's only when is passed and assented to by the president, then it becomes law that the judiciary can come in to interpret and enforce. There's nothing like that. And this is something that immediately, with supersonic speed, it should have been jettisoned, not entertained at all by the court. Now what it means is that anytime any bill is before us, and we are working on it at this stage, anybody can just take it to the court. And that will mean that Parliament will have to stop and wait until the final determination of what? What are they to determine? Please. We are doing this for Ghana, and not for only today's generation, for generations yet unborn. We are building a durable, sustainable governance structure that gives certainty to everybody that is the rule of law that prevails, not of man, or the rule by law. The two are not the same. When you rule by law, people are not certain of the law. And so even investors run away. And as a leader for so many years, from 2001, I've been a leader. I can mention so many serious investors who say they will not invest in Ghana because of uncertainty of the law. Attempts to invest here, you will definitely have branches of the law, and then the courts and the system cannot tell you what the law is, and they lose a lot. So when you talk about unemployment, underdevelopment, and the rest, now who caused them? Leadership, I believe strongly, is cause. Everything else is effect. Even though followers matter. Followers matter. And that is where, in fact, we applauded the efforts of the president when in his inaugural speech, he talked about us being citizens and not what? Spectators. Today, Ghanaians are now more spectators than citizens. I think you have to wake up and become the citizens that he called us to be. That is where I'm moving towards. I don't have any ill will or malice, no. I don't have any ambition. If there's honorable bargaining or whatever people don't want, please, that one, I can assure you, I'll go and relax. And my holy village is always there to welcome me. I don't have any problem at all. But once I sit here, I take the decisions and I'm responsible. Nobody else but me. That's why I started with my oath. I swore the oath. And at the end of the day, when I'm to account for my life to my Creator, nobody is to do that with me. I'll be alone. And I'll be there. Those of you who will come later, because I believe in life after death. In fact, we are even told that place is better than here. So I have no problem with dying. I'm always prepared anytime to die. But you will come after that, and you will come and meet me there. I will tell you what seniority means.
The Right Honourable Speaker shall live to tell of the good works of the Lord.
there's one on.
Okay. I have indications that there are some 2 critical questions. So maybe after that, yes, then we can quickly go away.
Oh, recall. I can say it's an abuse. The Constitution permits them to do what they do. It's just that, please, don't only think about today. Also think about tomorrow when you are doing some of these things. And for me, as I sit here, I thought the focus of those in government shall be about government business, not even the position they occupy. Which is more important? It's government business. As for the position you occupy, if you work well, you may even get a higher position. It's the good people of Ghana who will decide. So I'm surprised that some people are focused on that one. But tomorrow, you will hear from me.
We are bringing proceedings to a close, but I see
our
that
parliament so far is transformatory. In fact, this is a parliament. I've been from the 1st to the 8th. The 1st was foundational, and the late Right Honorable Justice Daniel Annan had to use all his experience and wisdom to establish the parliament. And so he started by transforming the rules that we inherited from the 79 to 81 parliament, that's the Third Republic, and also putting the structures and personnel in place, creating the opportunity for further training, education, and the rest. He did that. The second parliament, led by the late Right Honorable Peter Alajete, focused on trying to strengthen the second speaker, I should say.
Second speaker, third parliament.
To strengthen the institution of parliament. And you recall sometimes he had some rough edges with the president. No wonder he lasted for 4 years only. And it established a 4-year term for Speaker of Parliament. The fourth was trying to stabilize the third speaker. And that was Right Honorable Ebenezer Sechi Hughes. I worked with all of them. The fifth came, and that was our beautiful lady, Supreme Court Judge, Justice Edeline Bamford Ado. And she, with her experience from the bench, focused on the rules and dignity of the House. So you could see her dressing, her posture, her patience, and everything mattered to the institution. Then, the next speaker, that was my brother, a very good friend of mine, who was my chief whip, became my deputy leader when I was the leader. Later on became first deputy speaker and became speaker. So he used his experience in the House and his connection with members, particularly their dealings at the Parliamentary Service Board, to initiate a lot of things. And then our professor came, who in the 1990s used to come to the workshop of Parliament to take us on issues of governance and the rest, because he was lecturing at the University of Ghana, the Political Science Department. So we studied together. So I knew him long before he came. And I happened to be the second deputy speaker to him. So I have all that record. and all the happenings in the House. And I saw how we struggled to change the rules of the game. But before I became Speaker, the voters changed the rules. And so you now don't have a majority where you can just sit down and just put the question, and you are sure the ayes have it. And so there is no day that I will go and preside without calling the leaders to my lobby for us to go through the agenda of the day, which is usually captured on what? The order paper, yellow. This is what is on the paper, cut from the business statement. How do we handle it? Then the leaders will tell me those that they agree, those that they disagree. Even when they disagree, how do we handle it? We discuss all that. Okay, how many from each side of the House? We discuss that. How many minutes per person? We discuss that. Then I just come to preside and enforce what we have discussed. That is why it's difficult for us to be sitting at 10. Because sometimes I have to get them to make sure that there's some peace before we go out there. This is what we do on a daily basis. I just don't come and preside and impose my ideas. Even when it goes to voting, we agree. We will oppose. If you give ayes during the voice vote, we will challenge your decision. We will count heads. We will do secret voting. We will not allow public voting. We discuss all this. And so even some of the discussion at that period, when leaders go on air and go and reveal those conclave confidential information, what is that meant to achieve? I should not invite them to discuss things with them again. And what will happen on the floor? In spite of all that, for 4 good years, 4 good years, people are still not appreciative. And I am the target. Hey, this is my God. Hey, he's a living God, though. So please.
Mr. Speaker, we are live on GH1, GBC.
Oh, you are live.
And I would crave your indulgence that we take. I've seen some crucial questions that I think must be asked so that we can round up, so that they don't surcharge us for spending too much of their live airtime. And so we'll take the final tranche of questions, and then we will bring proceedings to a close. Very quickly, name, media house, question, no preamble. And
thank you very much. My name is Ernest Kofiedu. I work with the Daily Guide newspaper. Right, Honorable Speaker, at the last agenda date, you said that because of issue of composition and that of the fact that Parliament had the correct number to do business, but didn't have the correct number to undertake decision. You are recalling the House tomorrow. Can you tell us whether these issues have been addressed and whether there has been meeting between yourself and the leadership of the House such that tomorrow's recall will also not degenerate into that confusion? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, good afternoon. My name is Prince Asari from Pen TV. In your speech, you just said that you expressed concern about the fact that members of the House now are resorting to the Supreme Court to deal with conflicts that happen in the House. And you believe that that wouldn't help. Now we are having a conflict now. And I want to know that how do we handle this conflict resolution process and who is to initiate it? Because you said you have been doing this for many years. So how can we come together and solve this impasse?
Thank you. Let's move on.
My name is Isaac Ando, a freelance journalist. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In your speech, you indicated that the matter before the Supreme Court could have been handled internally through dialogue and compromises. Please, is it too late?
We are rounding up. Is there? Have we satisfied you now from this corner? Okay, I think we can. No Jara. I think we can successfully bring proceedings to a close with Mr. Speaker answering these questions. But I must also indicate that, Mr. Speaker, that TV3, 3FM, Joy FM, they are all broadcasting live. In fact, I have received City FM, GH1 TV, and I think, is it TV? They are all live. So today's been one of the days that we've had the most live coverages, and we are grateful to you. Before the Deputy Clerk comes to say thank you, just to let you know that we are live on all these channels and on our own channels as well.
I'm extremely grateful to the media for this coverage. That is what is expected of the media, and truly for these 32 years, without the media, we wouldn't have gone this far. So congratulations. We can always disagree, but once we have agreed to disagree as part of our life, it's permitted. There's no problem with that. Please, as to what will happen tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't control that. But you know what happened the day of the adjournment? I don't see the young man again. Oh, you are the one standing up there. Yes. You know, as I told my friends on the MPP side, I had 3 options after you walked out. It was only left with the NDC members. I could have proceeded with the business. Would they have been approved by the NDC MPs for government? Even if they did, would they not go and raise an issue about quorum to take decision? So that was not a legally accepted option. I could have decided to adjourn till the next day. But knowing the nature of the disagreement, would it have been solved within one night? No. Because I've seen that the nature of the disagreement goes beyond the House to the powers outside the House. And so we needed to engage many more people to be able to resolve the disagreement. So you need more time. And since I couldn't estimate the time, I decided that it should be what? Indefinite. After we resolved that, then Parliament could be recalled. If people were mindful that there's some agency for us to resolve it, they would have come together faster for us to talk, negotiate things, resolve it, and come back. But I tell you, apart from some senior citizens, patrons of the country, who actually got in touch with me, the leadership of the MPP members have not gotten in touch with me. They haven't. My good friend Oseche Mensah Bonsu spoke to me because he wasn't even around when this thing happened. And we discussed this and I threw more light on it. And he said, oh, he didn't know before granting interviews. He said those things, but now he can also say I should bring my official report, you know. So, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know of the resolution
of the disagreement. And so I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but I'll be available to preside. You understand? And so that is the situation now. The last question. Proposal. Proposal. Well, am I now to propose it to you and Ghanaians? Or I should have been making the proposals to the parties so that they can be negotiating and compromising? I think that's the best way to do. And I'm expecting that, in fact, I need to praise some leaders, because the first to get in touch with me, I think, was Apostle Nyamiche and the boss of the Christ Apostolic Church. They were the first to come to express concern, and we had a lengthy discussion. Then later, a delegation of the Council of State also came to meet me in the office. And when I explained all the situation to them, in fact, many of them were really surprised, because what they heard on air and what I had told them and said they could cross-check from the proceedings or other things, they were really surprised, because they didn't know that was what took place. There was so much misinformation and all those, and I don't want to go into those details because they are before the court. At the end of the day, the judgment of the court will set a lot of precedents. But don't forget, the law is that the Supreme Court can always differ from its earlier decision. That is a danger. So for a purpose, I can give a judgment and ruling to favor the situation. Tomorrow, I say, no, I disagree with that. And that is permitted by law. So when you tell me that, it means that the Supreme Court is supreme. And so when it orders, I must obey. When I know the same Supreme Court can disorder, you have to raise a question back. I'm a lawyer by profession. And the first time I appeared in the Supreme Court was 1983. 1983. That was my first case in the Supreme Court. I don't know whether those who are going there now were born, but it's okay. The last one is when I was young, I think when we were in the senior high, we were not calling it senior high, we were calling it secondary school. There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said,
now I think we should add a singer to Mr. Speaker's account, because the skills keep adding as we go along. I said he was an old woman in an old man's skin. He refused, but and so I think that you'd all agree with me that we've had a very fruitful good afternoon. Mr. Speaker, may I also acknowledge that Daily Graphic Online, Class FM, Channel 1 TV, Onua TV and FM, news@gh.com live, and many other news portals are streaming live. Like I indicated, we are truly grateful. Mr. Speaker has said that he's grateful. As we bring proceedings to a close, Mohammed Nyagzi will give us the closing prayer. But before that, the Deputy Clerk in charge of Legislative Management, Camilo Puamang, will officially thank us, and then Mohammed will thank Allah, and then Mr. Speaker will take leave of us.
Bushafo, Speaker of Parliament, and West Ghana and Central for Aka and Seminole Bebre Fine Pa. Now, Yempese Bese Wadaji, Miniminia JB, Honorable Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, and Ewaha. Into your page, we are called radio. Yen share was embedding so. Nothing.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued.
You're from NKG, Nana Kwame Jan. Mena, Onia Showbiz, Midi Huchame. Every Saturday, 10 AM, Namidi, Onia Showbiz, Ebro, many in Penny 4, Omajidini, Ewo, entertainment industry, near Sinkunya, near the entertainment news, Papa, discussion, Papa, near the bro. But before then, Friday, 2 PM, BR, yeah, the 30 minutes, Ebro, 30 minutes, we break the news, entertainment news, BR. While to say yes, with the news with the baby Fibane, a mudo, Yanni breaking news on the mount. Now you share headlines about within the weekend on air and also amount. Auntie, I was saying about more than every Saturday, 10 AM. Now Yemfa, Onia Showbiz, FM Bro, I was 95.1 Onia FM. Yeah, general.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of a Juma on Union 95.1 FM. Juma AM Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock AM to 12 PM. What you say? And to stay glued. When you concourse kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Unia 95.1 FM. 5.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia. Say, Find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of Ejumejuma on Onua 95.1 FM. Jumedi a Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 p.m. What you say? And to stay glued. Obenya konkosa kakra, gist kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia say. Find us in our class prefect. Mena me mid-morning show host of Ejumejuma on Onua 95.1 FM. Jumedi a Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 p.m. What you say? And to stay glued. Obenya konkosa kakra, gist kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye bye.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Ovia. You're from Felicia say. Find us in our class prefect.
Sing Ghana cities. Abra Dr. Bomia did join us to Muzen or no, there were be with the casting.
One, I jaya 2 abanu ya huancas.
Mevra, Yenina ye bro, and no tina ye will be a yasonashe or was you who near what you deal with say. What the Ghana ebesi baby pie, Yenina yetrish. And Sakrayam, Canada, Netia Vivia, Dewa, Ava, Whoopin Wafre, 0532 479879. Dewa. Afa.
This Friday, Onua Weekend Party is moving to Abrewa Meeting DJ Willie. Call a friend to tell another friend. It's Friday. This Friday, the only place in the capital city, Dakuma, Abrewanana, Ehobeyede, Abrewanana Pap, Dakuma, Alafia Basto, Ebeyede. Remember, all your favorite presenters from Onua 95.1 FM will be represented. Captain Smart, Nana Yabrefo, Felicia Osei, Dr. Prekese, Papa Shamu, Alfredo, Solomon Amankwa, and NKG. It's gonna be fun and entertainment. Your DJs for the night. DJ Rotation, DJ Forever, DJ Stagger, DJ Kobo, DJ Scooby, DJ Lyrics, and DJ Mike. It's gonna be massive evening. Your MCs for the night, Daniel the MC, Ajubi Date Rush, and DJ Willie.
So entirely. Somebody actually, Shanghai to talk, and to me. Anokwa sese de dialysis boy de pow every say grandpa enya kidney yade na watwe bia 1002 ko enti enhyehyɛ bia ni hɔ de beso wɔ ne a wɔ yade atete sei asene sɛ o man mu ayɛdene abotre Debbie grandpa enti MPP abaye kyerɛ sɛ wɔntimi nya bibia emfa saate bia wei ho
Omanya wonwene ayarefo ho no saa man nankasa ayare neama ene nabusu ekomu ayetebia nipa bebre na mu wo man mu nanso eni daso ho magana fo nyina NDC John Mahama banya eba bio se obebo foto a wato din Mahama care di atai wo ma wo yade a etete sen achia ma omagye ayarehwe a ebi ye kidney yade cancer diabetes akoma yade sickle cell ene mojamroso yade sega na nikuta apomuden si achiba akrata na se wonkuta bi no obetumi akọ chips compound ani apomudi atan bi akọji ayaresa saa enhyehyeye yi ebe magana fododo no awo saa enyarewe bi eho ahanwom eye no kore Mahama dwene yen ho tu abama sakre papa tu abama John Mahama ne NDC
Sunday ni all right ma menna wase na mensama wakwaba say idea adane many honorable minister of lands and natural resources honorable Isaac we didn't kwabena na kwame na kofi honorable Isaac Yao JB
na say me dodo na nkofo kra ni say friend Isaac
Isaac no di na ye JB o di JB ni di na ye JB
they also church with the answer
Honorable Isaac.
You be confused almost.
Echo Jebi.
Yes.
Nana oje ahoho.
Oje ahoho na na ya ojebi.
It is one. Odi ya ojebi. I don't know. Speaker Akasa. And somebody they're waiting in our radio you so. GH boy, BBI fine. And run a joda. Anyway, this is radio. 80 Speaker, wakan sempa. I'll say the kind no, there's no constitutional crisis in Ghana. yema mmara nye dwuma. Parliament is alive and working. On office say power play.
Yes.
Bina air cost will be person cheso ye bibi the Supreme Court. Ono officer owutumi a ni tumi na endo ne ono parliament ehwe ano hoda ni tumi ni nduru ba bia
parliament.
Ontumi nduru parliament da oboa. Eno eda nchen a ose otumi hu se eye president ene eye judiciary no ashada kabum ashada yo no mo person mu weekend parliament ma parliament ho ye mre be no so de okato aso se omboa ensi nensi china ena afei president ene eye judiciary no o ma ye bonekese etia eye Ghana constitution into me patch on no repente ma me kwa homa no so na afei ye ne eye Dr. Amwakon eba ento ankobo so doc wadaroma woteme nka ma hai
etemu kapa yaja
ofana bibia bokode e
gusu kakaka
mo me ana me ton kasa na mani age o
yo
yeah and because
this mistake and there wona me zanka we
ai wutimi bie ya adwene me muda ho say fine doc wadaroma wutimi hwe speaker kakra
me hwe me see be 5 minutes be pe.
Oh, okay.
From the beginning on I say kakra but it wasn't much.
Okay. Patwa de okan no obo tofa san wadaroma.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people have a lot of confusion. Even know because issues no they are not resolved. And the things will be a can dear pa was a can. The home pan is a constitution in your papa. And no one are you. Omo the constitution no mo. The mom constitution no man there are too many conflicts. So obi across capital near declaring his seat. No speakers in the account. This is what is written in the Constitution, Article 97 and 96. So, now one more choice, I don't know Muslim who say, now then, Nipan to me is an adjourn. Who are the your crowd to me is what will be for. And then the politics idiot. Local joint party no one other transfer. Part of it is almost a very corrupted. So, this can work on another party. So, okay, Matthias, if that is the case, there must be some other ways. I'll bet my and for corruption. This is what they should have looked at. Because, Osisa Junior and just say, put me declare and say, and there walk away about car in part who was in time of vote one and see, and say, now I declare vacant certainty. That is the root of the problem. And into young children, into the way can I correct? Not the way constitution correct, but they are in conflict. Some
okay, sir. Ne oshane kasemwa. I say constitutional crisis be a ni Ghana ha as compared to what the Chief Justice said when he ruling him say I said there's a constitutional crisis, but back then saying there's no constitutional crisis. To the best of your knowledge, Sabe, what if you quite ni pa? Are we in the constitutional crisis?
There is a constitutional crisis because constitution in Ghana is immune. So, it's in some, and you can't hold some sort of kind of parliament. But now, some be a kind of parliament in Biana, your friends say parliamentary matters, so to say. Almost standing orders, near certain friends say issues about parliament on Becca. But there are so many other things you can't. Parliament, it was a Supreme Court in Sukabi because it embodies freedom of speech, disenfranchisement, baby, and to almost Cambia, requirement. And the one did him. And so many one did him. Also, speaker no, the actual constitution, no, and the actual no, the ones only want them. The actual no work, and what can't tell. No, this one. And so, Ojo, and ye. Say obeti ma aka say nsani pa we also change na adwene o ka so change na adwene ntia wo change na adwene o nya change wo twen nanka ye to abawie no wo nya evidence no se say de wakodina na say no crampo no That when they have a trouble. What's the son adjoining? The electoral commission no be a a 2 man star, I don't know what's the son. When who can we unit? Baby. Then to me, and so me until Omudi constitution, not some. That's what's going on. Control
Enya Trumna Ghana yeyo. Anaya trim on the part of our leaders. And I we know almost all the speakers. You see our clause and this article here where constitution way. It did not raise and somehow do I say citing other examples. Adwasa for Greater Accra, the then Greater Accra regional minister, who is currently now the interior minister, one other member of parliament that I've forgotten. Honorable Kennedy Japan. They left parliament. And shared that was say when you leave parliament for a certain period, 15 days, your seat can be declared vacant. Speaker can say when that actually happened, nobody questioned the integrity of parliament. Nobody went to Supreme Court to seek interpretation of those provisions that were enshrined in the Constitution. And I say,
the bizarre partner there are different from the can say. I know there is a form of punishment. So why absent? I don't pass over. Over a few more. So, don't tell me say who parliament. Now, so I could travel baby. Can't say speaker baby or the SCA BVR. Now, the OTF and answer. And he just saying, when he just said, well, quite the manner, I have a near you. And that one is different. But so be I can say, my imagination may you say, then on the uniform. Debbie, I know they enjoy it. That is the problem there. So they enjoy here. When the Becca wants them, a parliament and on a Becca, and I say, a Supreme Court. That is the problem. So enjoy here, Supreme Court, this is the problem. You almost who can so much, and yet almost capena for two parts. We can't, we so can. One deep in. Back on some chamber. That is the problem. So, because we in this why are not doing? Because I'm not catch yourself. Why are not doing so back up another party? And just out to unit. On young boy, train near Twaba. A Twaba, then so than something different because we are declared that. And Wako. Don't mean it is a constitution and the real problem. And no more interpreting from some of the Yajma. And the speaker didn't need the Yajma. Now, Supreme Court also didn't need the Yajma. And I have conflict. That is the problem. Because the Constitution is not well written. It's not properly written.
What I was trying to say, yeah, Constitution, Minjin is your man, your fire, almost say both the NDC and the NPP, they are willing. Say Constitution, no, you best sacred. So, confusion is what a wohy a womb. And not the abbey, Mijidi said, if you for Babium, you buy any then you bet me a very lasting solution. I must have problem.
Well, for me, I mean, my car was more than 10 years. About 10 years ago, I started to meet say, me as well speaker in as president. And I'm afraid joy for them. So, now then, I course, no, so president knew, now vice president knew, and he as well speaker. And I'm saying, hey, why? Yes, illegal, unconstitutional. Almost argument. Constitution says the president, both the president and vice president, and to me, then the speaker is sworn in. Then actually, woman to me, yes, I'm too quiet. Then besides, okay, a quarter more to know. I don't call holidays and also call girlfriends and answer. Oh, Debbie, only Mama Ghana. Now they know what two crying into you on the I say we know I'm human. You're interpreting here unable to do their job. They say almost about almost physical Magana, and you much man. And there are so many issues in there that need to be clarified. That make say I'm no because they captain. That means your constitution. I can give you at least 20 issues I have wrong. Conflict, we can say. But time here can be no because yeah. It's one hard, and I say, be a yantin, I dare your organ, and say, constitutional law And your lawyer behind it tells you. This year said that year that that's a specialized subject. That's why to say the other parts of law. And you know, almost said that subject and Mutia some controlling. I said, who calling in now here with you? I did our Canada who be do number 200 in power. So okay. No, yeah, then in such a way say the beyond who are conflict. Then the conflict won't too much. This is what's going on. And the Ukrainian, they say the Omahuno, the first normal Omuhua, they say the Omabihu, said there is a conflict. A Supreme Court can come in, and yet, even if it's about a friend saying parliamentary procedures, the Supreme Court can come in. And yeah, exclusive. Depends on what the issue is about. So, and the speaker soon to me can say, and also part of the Minko and thinker. Now, say, young Tony, some you and a cow multiple, no more event, you say it's sanity. Not for movie, and correct is our pattern.
Sir, but you send me tear the old can year. That's a constitution, no, a honor problem, what they are. Then, irrespective of whoever would interpret that portion, there will still be a problem.
Well, yes, that's how it should be. But there has been a precedent. So, Professor Marco Kwe, I enforces our article. No, I'm a Nipacron, they declared the seat vacant. They didn't know, to be declared the same thing. I didn't see a actual constitution. The speaker does not have the luxury, so like I said, and join the into Montoya at the Army. There be, yes, I know, the actual moon, I know the argument. The matches I ask. That is the problem. The constitution is so much. No one shown here in effect says there are no appearance of conflict. Or so kind of what and then so we tell to say, no, we should tell to say, not just as number. No, what you say now, tell us here. Now, consider okay, and the Supreme Court also a year no, send the future. Supreme Court to year no, let's say, no, I buy him rano. So even what can be for Corona by him rano, let's say, then a year was. So, I don't think Constitution no other was say the truth here. That is the problem.
Doc, are you even that say?
No, even that's captain.
Dr. Mwakoba and I would say seven no ebo and comono. So I constitution in 1 day. I want some baby. Constitution back home and some baby.
But General, seriously, for the first time in the history of our republic, now Speaker of Parliament, it's me Babontin, Abekase. Abba responded directly to the Chief Justice. Or starting the presser, first comment to make here and said the Ghana's constitution is not in crisis. In response, direct response to the Chief Justice. So Bekaya, time on court, Supreme Court. The Chief Justice was a question. Or say, we are in constitutional crisis and Parliament and call for sitting. And they noted, they said, look, Parliament, I will who say on for recess. Now, and as a speaker, bit me, I said, Parliament proceedings near the end. Where we, mind you, said the last time I call Parliament, they were going to sit for just 15 days to consider government business. And that unfortunate incidents happened here. And the speaker, and the wisdom of the speaker, I'll say, more what's the fee? So say Rebecca Semnewi and answer to say you never who say you're buying into an agreement. Then the Chief Justice says that we are in a constitutional crisis. Then over here, or say Parliament is alive and working. I mean, these are basic constitutional requirements by the Constitution. Said Parliament makes me out about Nasi and more who crisis or more call recess.
How I wish we can do a joint morning show tomorrow.
I mean, it is possible.
How I wish we can have a joint morning show tomorrow. Choose the words in the year.
It's not possible, but it is doable.
It is possible. It is possible.
It is doable.
It is possible. I wish, Seka, we can have a joint morning show tomorrow.
It is possible.
Machi and then Sempa. so we can have enough time to go into this matter properly.
Yes.
And then, but my member studio, my Ebenezer Amankwa, member of the New Patriotic Party, NPP Communications Bureau. Boss.
Captain.
Captain,
good.
That's so.
Captain.
Senior.
I say best August. Me new show baby.
So?
Until the we have been pictures in bachelor.
August.
Yeah, August.
Accra here.
Sir.
Okay. You jump for
the
Ah, okay.
So I guess the near Namada.
And send the first week.
Yeah, festival.
And Tibiana Yada.
Na say me come no.
Oh, Fiada.
Yeah, on am coast gonna maybe.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. My festival is today heavy.
Heavy. It's one of the best festivals in Africa.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it is.
So, share na utiti abako semni nyama efa adan asabotu fiam ho a. On say a very interesting and very, very educative festival. And I wish every year biano obekono akoshe.
No, every year biya. My best part of the festival this year no man yet. Mama and mana machi mame.
Perhaps it be organizers.
I mean, they should not be taken out. There was some significance when you see these women playing the drums as.
Oh, but they did.
But I yet to say last year. I saw Mama Wina buy and that's year. I saw money be a festival now. Come to me, cross start to crooning fin the about more twice. But
it's dynamic. Things are changing.
Sure. Yeah, partly fine. Bibi cost fine.
Oh, Captain. Nyamiadom. Bibi dana kwem.
Oh yeah, Bebuni Mami His Excellency the Vice President, the flag bearer of your party. I launch BB for the youth. Me bunu no there. I don't know. No person check can
Captain, Eddie Kai Mamenchiao, Namenchia with T4. My chef for baby, I will feed the case they could do Biano, Mamenchia Unina. Now in Chakasian Coma from our national executive to regional executive to constituency, where I come from. But sound English I'm on from to be precise. Headed by Brighto Ferrampofu, very, very accessible chairman. And my honorable MP, Honorable Sylvester Tete, Deputy Minister for Communication.
Oh. Sylvester is your MP?
Yeah, Sylvester is my MP. Very, very, very energetic.
Why can't you say new enemy?
What's it?
Why can't you say new enemy?
Chairman, we are aware, Captain.
Ah, okay.
We are aware, pa. And Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Stephen Joseph Nyani, to the rank and file of the party coordinators and polling station executive, Ewiawi, Moson for Pharmacy, Michia Ubia. Captain, say, Metawasi ya, now will be sir, be Sunday, no. And His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the incoming president, launch a youth connect to jobs be. Say, me born a tough your flag bearer. He is one of politician and me. Man notice say he has the youth at heart. In the politics see as flag bearer and as vice president of our country, and he say he will make sure say the youth benye jumaye. And everywhere he goes, the youth listen to him and he tell them what it is in terms of job creation and other things. And the captain who be say Sunday in Indiana, it was very massive, very, very, very massive, very, very impressive. And the youth are all coming in with their support and with everything. Say come December 7th. Inshallah. You better abani we na Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia is the next president of our republic.
Campaign is saying.
Captain, campaign is there. So what we need to Ejumade na Nyakupo Adom. Yes, sorry na Nyakupo Maya Hondi and any them. Everything is in place and everything is pointing to the right direction. Say we are winning this election hands down.
One touch.
Yeah, one touch.
Yeah,
Dr. Bawumia Bawumia is winning this election one touch.
Imagine.
Oh, for now, we are not getting less than 51.1 or 0.5%.
Okay. 51.1
or 5%.
51.5.
Yes.
Percent. Okay. All right. Very good. But Ghana for today, do you hear what they say?
Yeah. Ghana for Ghana for Nkombo na Omune. Everybody is calling for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because any policies nyama odeba as Vice President of the Republic or the policies ni nyama gugu akwemu say me ba metwa we sumesi compared to other flag bearer John Dramani Mahama. As I'm talking to you now, Captain, you and I cannot point out one single policy John Dramani Mahama so oba Ghana for hunu mobo enya de be possible no omuto abamana oba esi da me aminiti ada minimum so sin kuko nketenkete ene 24 hour economy ekuko nketenkete so me nua wako school akọ university we wi about page my Mahama John man mama so oba abama ne kuko nketenkete obo akụkọ gbo mana na wasesa nkụkọ nketenkete egwu mama no akụkọ no nyi no oto a no akoton we nye ni sika. Look at all this. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so oba emebu a omewie school a munye edwuma ye no, he's come to give them job. As vice president, why implement what we call drones. Digitalization e koso. Chese nyama kese e koso a oba osesa nyama we nyina no, obehye kina. Obe masa nyama we no akwanim. Because Captain, me no can say ATI, everything is digital now. At the comfort of your studio, only Dr. Bankasa. Digital. Everything is advancing now.
No, Dr. Bawumia.
No, but I'm just giving an example. Say everything is advancing now. You understand? So we are moving forward, and that is the priority of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Everywhere he goes, every corner that he enters, this is what he's preaching. Not a low 24-hour economy. Not in Kupon Kete. Not Mema will break in Nama to Topano. No. We've gone far away from this nyama. It's a captain, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's on course, and we are all putting us together. Me and anybody say me be pharmacy yanko hana yanko 1-1 to be we na any youth na kasa. No money na ba on board because we are saving Ghana, and we are moving Ghana forward.
Let me ask you a question. Oh, not there.
Want me to question? Amakwako.
Captain, my name is
Amakwako.
It's a captain. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he's on course. He's on course, and everything shows he's winning this election.
To betray you love him.
Oh, you see.
Also betray you love him more.
Captain, one thing is you can. I always say when you are in power, you can have the power, but you are not in control.
How?
Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, Vice President. He has the power as Vice President, but he's not in control because he's not the President of the Republic.
How many present e-levy documents in the cabinet? Is it not the economic management team?
Captain, I'm saying, you can have the power, but you can't be in control.
Okay, so Bawumia is an orphan in power, right?
He has the power as the Vice President, but he is not control currently. On your control, he's not the president, so he can't be in control. When we meet as economic management team, and we bring things on board, the final decision lies on the president. You and I know. And I come to me, yes, you and I know that the final decision lies on the president. And that's what the Constitution says. That is what our Constitution says.
Okay, to be a Kosubia na.
And yet, I'm working hand in hand. But what the point I'm pointing out is say, and yet say yeah, they are bar, and yet automatically say Bawumia Diabano is going to be endorsed.
Then no they about mind to me endorse.
Oh,
because he left your account.
Bawumia spoke against this levy before.
Okay.
Yeah, he spoke against it, and he still stand by it. Say if Ghana for who no the power the man as president, he's going to cancel the levy. It has to clearly say perhaps under the committee or perhaps he spoke against it. But because he was not the president or he was not in charge, it came to pass. Now he's telling us that so Oba betray him because he's not in support of it. And openly, we catch from day one that he doesn't support it and he's not going to support it.
Anyway, now I say come my JB in bisa question about the mami bisa mbetua napko for kadabe.
Captain.
Yes, sir.
This issue is a very good question, but Captain, as I'm talking to you now, I don't know where they've gotten to in terms of payment. I mean the process of my phone but we just hope and pray say whatever a car government heading NAPCO for no, they will settle it as soon as possible.
Na unya ntua NAPCO for car.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
With all due respect, sir, boss.
Honorable Minister.
But with the quick one.
Honorable Minister.
I think let me catch your eye.
In fact, this cabinet meeting, I have not allowed you to say anything.
But it's also appropriate to add on. Say NAPCO, what's NAPCO bit your muka dabe? Unyentu your muka. You haven't gotten the money to pay them. And you are promising creating another job. So what happens to the NAPCO employees?
No. Can I answer for him?
Yes. So but me answer the answer. Man, direct, one-on-one. Represent Dr.
Onua proposing NAPCO.
Yes. Or proposing NAPCO. Is he in control now?
Say NAPCO dear. It was actually directly under the office of the vice president.
So does it mean the vice president is in control now?
And made the Madrid Yemen say, "Me farmer kwade no."
That be me farmer
Siko or the betriakano. He's in power.
So is he in control?
But he's not in control.
So how do you create more employment for the youth when you haven't even paid the existing youth?
It's not says or no bar.
Or no bar and so on the buy.
But sir president the best sanctions here.
Adabraka.
No. Adabraka we hell.
Debbie. No. You see, the funny aspect of this whole thing is that your papa there, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Digitalization, you are Dr. Bawumia, the digitalization by granted. But now the economic management team, you are running away from it.
And when you're granted, and debatable.
What's it?
And you're in a study.
Debbie, no, admit it's a MPP.
Accra Digital Center, never vice president.
But what they have say, digitalization. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na beshe mukina. And na magana for any be was anema we granted. And no the basubone demand Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Added na yase the dollar to CD rate no. E was ra. What's I know that he's not in control
because of Russia-Ukraine war.
Added na ye ka say. E-levy. You are campaigning against your own policy. What's I know the oba betwem. So what are you doing now? He is the leader of his party now.
Hey. But he can't apologize.
He is the leader of his party now. Anything that will make his party unpopular should not be accepted.
He's the leader now, but he's not in control.
Chief.
When giving
he's not in what control?
When giving the mandate.
Okay.
When giving the mandate as president, that is when Obama will say, "Oh, I am in charge now. I am doing this. I am doing that." That is when
he's not in control. Yeah, but he's in control of digitalization.
Nanado is in control now.
So he's in control of digitalization.
Nanado is in control now.
Granted, he's in control of digitalization now.
He's in control of digitalization because Nanado has sanctioned him to do that. He has given him the permission.
But he's not the same person or the head of the economic management team.
So, fine.
When they approve e-levy?
The economic management team.
Headed by who?
Nanado, of course.
No.
Nanado, because he's the president.
Nanado is not the head of the economic management
team. But who told you which part of our constitution say Bawumia is the head of the economic management team?
This is an open secret. Senior, it is an open secret.
You are saying it. Okay. You are saying it. You are saying it.
Honorable Minister.
You are saying it.
I saw you didn't kakra.
I'm quiet.
Why?
Yeah. No, but you see, General, you do points being our politics and our body politics are. So if you are appealing to the conscience of the people, let's do that. But let us not paint a picture of ridicule to them as if say Ghana for nim or something like that. Look, very constructive, very objective enough. Baby, you're doing politics, no. And I saw something this morning. Omo to abani we America pay. Somebody raised the flag of America. America first. Sure. That is what we need in Ghana. Look, look at the directive principles of state policy. And don't say. We are not making good use of those things. We are promising more. I hear Dr. Mahmoud Baumia promises say Oba be Akuba that tomatoes debe. Akuba that tomatoes factory. Niamoko kache man reference MP no.
MP former MP no.
Former MP no.
Kofi
Kredo Apreku. Sana ko Oba be Akuba that tomatoes. What happened to that one? The one district one factory. I must say they call we could say. Please, munya sir. Muma nyamanya real. You don't make promises out of frustration or desperation.
And nobody's making that.
But what is happening now?
Okay.
What is happening?
You've exhausted your time, Honorable Minister.
What is happening?
To you.
It's a captain. The American say Dr. Alaji Baumia who share ne term as vice president from 2017 down to 2024 year. Nyama bebre no dey ba Ghana a ye nyina ye benefit. Ebia ne menu kase you can say youth connect here oko BBA. He's assuring the youth that anytime you obesha youth to abontian obeti youth any biano, he is inspired to help and to do something for the youth, because the youth are the pillar of this country or this nation. Youth rumebu na omuwo Ghana hano. Everything is centered on them, and they make the final decision in terms of elections. Dr. Baumia is saying that when give me the mandate to come and lead Ghanaians, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, I will do that. And that is what the youth of Ghana needs to hear or wants to hear. And that is what we are preaching for. That is exactly what we are preaching for.
Okay.
And the youth are going to decide in this election. They are going to do the ultimate decision in this election. And there's no doubt that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, they are going to support and give him the mandate to lead Ghana.
And you think, sir, you've done enough for the youth?
Exactly, Chief.
Number one.
We have restored nursing and training allowances. We have restored teachers and training allowances.
You are owing more than 32 months.
We have restored teachers and training allowances. We have restored teachers and training allowances, Captain. We have restored.
We have
restored. Yes, we have restored.
And they said that from 2017,
and I'm sure say we have restored teachers and training allowances.
And then in 2017.
But
that's why you came.
Yes.
But how many months are you owing?
Whether we are owing them or not, we have restored it. There is it's good say what is this issue? Fine. But it doesn't mean say you trim.
It's
there.
It is a training college say and I'm free school or all this can be brem fee.
But who told you? Do you even know the government, the Minister of Finance, process as say be or China say no betia?
When we were school last year, I went to
I don't have any.
You don't need to have it. You must know.
I don't know, and I don't have any evidence to back that.
When we were this year, went to
what I know is we have restored teachers.
No, you have restored. Fantastic.
Good.
I agree with you.
Good.
Wonderful. But won't you? It's there where we are training college now, Kofi, you know. Would you to order the car? This can be Kakumano.
How many months?
What the cat 32 months?
32 months.
Yes.
You are just telling me.
Really?
Yes, you are just telling me.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Now you know.
I don't know. You are not telling me. I've just heard. And I'm after here I'm going to confirm whether it's true or false.
Oh, this one don't go home and confirm. Just Google it now.
32 months.
Just Google it.
Captain, I'm doubting it.
Oh, Memo.
Captain, I'm doubting
it. Connect you to our internet.
No. But we will find out. No,
find out with your phone.
Captain, I'll find out.
Just find out.
I'll find out.
Okay.
But I'm doubting to be 32 months.
What they cut 32 months?
Because recently, less than 6 months, I may say.
And yes. Kewo, I catch him.
But captain.
What if say teachers are more far or more posting woman?
Captain.
For close to 1 year, the entry or months.
Captain. Whether arrest or no arrest,
you have restored it.
We have restored teachers' training allowances, and we are doing everything possible. I don't know, say it true there, but I'm sure they are doing everything possible to pay the arrest. For that one, and I can show you, they are doing everything possible to pay if there is any.
And I'm in the phone line now.
Say district director of education be about teachers for be chrono.
How? Dear.
Now no crowd no platform so. Oma bomo chrono 10,000 cedis, 9,000 cedis each. 230 teachers. Ya bomo chrono ya dupe omo. Just telling them say memo wajuma ye. Ako printing fake appointment letter di amawo. Aba mo ya juma for 1 whole year. They haven't been paid. Almost like so cry scanning my.
This call for investigation.
And again teachers sir. Omo school 2020. Are you aware?
2020.
Yes. When we were teacher training, when we were training college 2020. Are you aware the majority of them are still at home and posted?
You know, make a 2018 for.
No, but maybe money 2020.
2018 for that certificate.
Are you aware? Yes, they've not been posted. Those who completed 2021, they day home. 2022.
Captain, since 2017 that MPP came to power. We have in terms of employment, teachers and nursing training, we have really employed a lot.
Oh yes,
yes, we have really employed a lot.
Why? But
in this country, we live in this country whereby teachers work for 3 years and are being given salary of 3 months. Captain Meboa.
And he repeat it.
No. I'm saying we have paid them. We are paying them if we employing more. We are not saying that we've employed everybody.
I think you don't go on that tangent. The reason is that I am not politics of equalization. Say, obi trade infemiensa, ye man no boswemiensa, obi trade afe, ye man no. Ne ye pumps anipa no. Na yedim say wo ba wonye sa. Ba okra de won fa no. No ama no sa boswemiensa ketwe no wakafie. From 2018 and a district director has a boo on faso.
What 10,000 Ghana cedis.
So
I mean, this is an open secret.
Okay, but you don't worry.
It's a public knowledge.
Let's not go there. It's I say a ban of youth now. Oh yeah, baby. I said, yeah, we have a better discussion on how, as people, we can handle the youth of this country. Where it is devoid of politics, no NDC, no MPP. Because if you look at the age brackets in this country, carefully, you can tell, sir, one more a wood jail, see a would strike age balance. You can tell 90% of the people on what Ghana ye prisons sitting in the youth. The question is, what sent them there? And I think on this score, both NDC and MPP, both of you, must fail. You can never have any clear youth policy without the underlying causes. And both of you, the NDC and the MPP, must fail. When you go to any of our prisons, we say, then to the day, a brand here with 28 years, but to her. Ukushi mobile phone. Ukucha body. Ukutu banji. Okay, say. So, and no, it's a signal. And only the first of the year youth policy. Having heard from the NDC, having heard from the NPP, either of you, just even to go in there, because they say prisoners not twaba, and to wait me a campaign, or none of you united me to find out the underlying causes that sent the youth there. Now come back home. Those of us are your tiffin and say we freedom, no. Between you and I, how many NDC for only more Jumaye? Youth, a lot of them only Jumaye. How many MPP for only more youth or more Jumaye? Majority of them only Jumaye. And as a NDC MPP, Monte youth equation nase. We are about no about kind of tantan basa na no more jay honamko. But to be honest with you, sir, mummy no more anya careful you be too in to magu. And that is the danger ahead of us after 2024.
What makes it the danger?
Oh, what a change.
Who needs to say bia? The danger.
It's troubling, and as a politician,
because they feel that you're doing Yajuma. We don't ask questions. Because look, and
no, this conversation is not about MPP.
No, it's not about MPP.
Me saying
and then Mahama. Or making promises. Ask him where is he going to get the money to make all those promises fulfilled. What's that? Taxpayers' money in a way. Yeah, they got a jeopardy in Akusawa. And we are paying it gradually. We are paying it with the taxpayers' money. Me say, you are top phone, mobile phone, and not zero cry the man president to cry a. Don't you know that? You are top zero cry the man president so far coaching to cry a. Where's the taxpayers' money? What are you using the taxpayers' money for? Tell me. You can't say you levy. Tell me 1 single kilometer of road I did you levy. Just 1 single kilometer in Ghana here. I did the ye levy sika just 1 single kilometer. But I did the ye levy for how many years? Close to 4 years. Tell me 1 single kilometer I did ye levy sika. Tell me.
Should we do the comparison?
No, I'm not talking about comparison. What the taxpayers for sika Ghana for sika saw the kwakwa.
The road has been constructed.
No. Tell me 1 single of those roads. I did 1 kilometer. You live in
the constituency, for instance.
Yeah, you live in the
I don't know, but there are a lot of roads.
Yeah, you live in the
Whether in levy.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Roads are being constructed.
But your Blue Financial Service saying can't you say Modiana be pesika soronko TV. If it's Amre Yameno Kasakosi 31st December. Who are kwenya so obekwaje 100,000 Ghana cedis 1 billion. Allah. Afibro nye be de okroyim.
Ye ka ho bia na.
Ye ka ho.
They said ye ho.
Ye ka ho. Ye be ma 1 billion. No de bosome pore mi ensan de atua. We simple, take a loan and start paying after 3 months. Wow, for bosome mi ensan for kwaje dem akonwam kan na ato so. Etuemuda. Konfo kwa dey. Na kwadwedwo ho bosome miensa asa wa sha ase ese wukotua ka no eti we dey esrew Ghana for tro no ma de sese ya call Blue Financial Services kwaji sika no fa ye adwuma ma ho bosome miensa na home wi a na afei wa sha ase ese wutua saka no ade we wunya oba bia e wo man mu ha aje Blue Financial Services Mr. from 0303 968 196 and 050 160 9958 and then 7 p.m. But now be this guy. Dial star 446 hash. Star 446 hash. And Rami number na me boy no me try no omo to bia so mako. Ha me papa. But still ya me mpaba message me just very sure. Somebody hey. Hey. GH. Bra. GH. Kwabra? Kwabra? Try.
4,000. Hey. 4,000.
What did they want?
Where did they want?
Hey! Yay! Congratulations! Your day one number. Your day one 539. Direct ticket has won 4,000. 40 million. Your mobile money has been credited. Ah.
It is true.
Hey!
Sunday.
A typical politician.
Hey, you trying to now you are no.
Me go check here. Hey, politician.
Captain, me lucky abro. Me de adanse oni bi lucky ni bi abro. Enti captain be kwa o say o ma me fu.
Oh, I see. Oh. Me try 100 Ghana. Basa a direct 2. Until 40 times. 100 times 40. 4,000.
I
know. 4,000.
I know. I'm casting Moses.
Na gausa ko biwa ka.
Hey! Captain, say Ochan wo phone so.
3913 no.
Ochan wo phone so.
Me we trap you say ya.
Ochan wo phone so. Bawo mi ansa na ejuma ni bi.
Can you imagine this?
Can
you imagine this?
Can
you imagine this?
Our phone so na ma. Na uko kiosk.
One catch them.
But say Ochan wo phone so.
One catch them.
Bawo mi ansa na ejuma ni bi.
There be one Charles Antron.
Me na me catch them.
There be. Nti bawo mi na this are way by.
There be.
Ba ye bawo mi na ma $60 rate na kosoro.
I say bawo mi na ma
jai menko ho. Wo yes abrante we obesere wo. Abrante we obesere men ko ho ate. They started saying,
hey!
Honorable Minister, why do you want to crucify my brother? I said leave him alone. Chachatas in Amoji. And I'm 3913. There are 2. Star 446 hash. Star 446 hash. Star 446 hash. Direct option 3. Star 446 hash. Me try that 2 beam. Pacho. Me try 12. I said 28 ni 29 over 3. 1229. Yeah. Ocho.
1229. We tried 100 cedis. 1229. 1 confirm. 1229. Payment initiated. You will shortly receive USSD prompt to enter your PIN code. A Demba. Mabashim, yes. Payment of 100 cedis has been made successfully. Current balance, the main country. Payment initiated. You will shortly receive USSD prompt to enter your PIN code. PIN code, baby. What is kind of, but it's nothing. Pacho, a star 446 hash. Oh, yes, so yo. Just say, man, come before you so I can move. I say,
who was Scott?
Yes, 24,000.
The Canada Buama.
And you bunebu. Once I drink your toss, so to crown go phone so.
Yay! Wait, so we're on the broad direct to all.
Oh,
it's about me anti Chachatas.
We all send 4,000 straight. Send 4,000.
Is that my? Are you for no more? Would you try sport bet in Nasifoni now? Oh yeah, I would. Yeah,
no, madam, try to say, I'm saying 12 saying.
Was it 28 or that 29 move out?
1229. We tried 1229. That's right. Metra. Obobo. Abba was Abba 1229. There are 2. Star 446 hash. 1229. I have option 3.
Obi bisa ma kwa question bi wana. I don't know how Facebook no kind of question. Me dey meet me bisa no.
Sunday ni. I'm quantum be phone line there.
Oh, what's that there?
Yeah, kasata so buy your coffee speaker. Until when your time.
But say no just say if we so deny omo. Say me no can say 2,300 people watching you live, listening to you live. Now person will be phone lines now person just say. General.
2,000 say.
2,300. 2.3K.
Say it here.
Yet I didn't come here. Eh, Kasa, na so more Michael Kasa own to me Kasa.
Bra. Eh. Amagwa for Mike no. They don't mind this man. Don't mind him. He's my brother. Don't mind him.
Chine ni enti amoti tachatas. Chine ye. Na mo se mo afi dem ba mbetwa. Se mo age die awie. Ye bet kakra we be ye twitwa. Na mo age tachatas. Yeah, easy. It is not funny. No, is it sometimes never be one more funny. It's not funny. Me na me ye twa ma work ase pa e sanitary pad e luxurious products. So painful. E mai wa okwa ada pad ya jija ada na ye de ko. E mai wo mo 13-14 years ya. O mo anyenye ma wo me boa. In your own hometown, cry 13-14 years. Also on your crabby that will be said neba. Just because they don't have money to buy sanitary pads.
For those of you on Facebook, be careful what.
No, it's painful. You never be one of my friend agro. It's the media general. I did to boy and the sanitary pad. You go room. Your own government is not able to. So maybe a 20-day free sanitary pad so man less expensive. What are you promising again? What are you promising again? To the extent they say, even sanitary pad cry a luxurious product. How? Go to the books of GRA and see. How? Sanitary pad. And you're from so. So, Bosumi Beswa, Obubu Amonsa, and you're from so. Na luxurious products. Na emaiwa entimi nyesika kura kotobi because they boy a day. Na boys are found the real in your own hometown. And other neighboring towns are Asia. How is this possible? Na buy to honomo parliament can be sanitary pad. This is so shameful. Since you are promising me day. Me you promising me day. Me I'm it here. You be promising me day. Heaven on earth or what? Edu point be me send this in the Tiano Musana come or worse than that. Because they have come to rule Ghana before. And they don't know what Ghana for. The only thing they was and I mean Missy that way. And so what? One and yes no one and yes Edman Famao. Dear Nabawaye. Why dear Nawaye, just one thing. Dear Nawaye. As the MPP by the Denamaye. That's it. Catch up, no, tell me. Then why?
You're facing a high school.
Facing a Nakawana famra. One and Kenya. Go to the constitution and say anymore. Nakawana. But what about one and the constitution?
No, there has been successive government.
There has been successive government. It's Nakawana. One and Kenya.
No, we brought it.
If you give me water, one and first with the family.
No, why we brought it?
You brought it Nakawana.
Okay, JB, we decided to say, oh, my, what why free?
What the first? What's the kind of teacher?
Yeah, the drones are.
One second, I did just drones about. Drones now with $3 million. What they call drones na Iran.
JB,
we brought drones.
Drones, man.
Drones, we start teachers and training allowances.
Drones, drones,
medical drones.
Ha, Jai. Share.
Abasika say na wom.
Jai, JB, share. Asem boy won. Men can the drones no mo ka say e be ye adwuma free. You win say $12 million score.
Na mo ka somebody come monitor Galaxy $3 million and so cry ira.
Is it not working?
Deputy.
No, is it not working?
Deputy. Aya na nya say nya working no. When him says oh HIV. No one can check no na me dana the mommy a criminal offense. But now be ma sorry.
Onua.
What's it?
Captain.
And there was say free. Yeah, we have $12 million.
But it's working.
It's working. Who will be that?
It's saving lives.
Who will be that? Who will be that?
Oh,
who will be that? Who will be that?
But
what was that drone Biafra? Who will be that?
Na say ejuma.
What will be that? Who will be that? Our hand.
Me who be that?
Our hand. Yakofa yin. Mami what will be that? Our hand.
It's me kwa chewa na.
Debbie, what will be that? Our hand. Our hand. Where in this part of this country?
Me say me who be me.
Our hand.
Me kwa chewa.
Oh, Debbie. It is not about where it is. Me say who ni wa he.
Me say me who.
Our hand.
Na say me who nim ho.
Ah. na na Ghana.
Me say Baby Amu ya no nim.
Who ne wo he Ghana fo ntie bi. Ya me kwa na me no te ha no mo se Ghana fo tie ye.
Say Baby Amu ya no nim ho.
E wo he.
But it's working.
E wo he.
E wo ho Ghana he ya.
Ah, Ghana he fa.
Oh, chairman.
Ghana he fa. Ghana he fa. Let us not play politics with this so. E wo he fa. E wo who ne wo he.
It's not politics.
Who ne wo he.
But it's not politics.
Ah, everything you see, free SHS I'm going to tell you, it is in the constitution. By virtue of the fact to say, Nana Dankwa implement it, he's done so well.
Good.
So we implement it, but a basic requirement in the constitution. Go and check.
But fine.
A basic requirement in the constitution. Go and check.
Government who never did it.
They did the one year power move free honomo.
So you give credit. So you give credit to us.
Absolutely.
Actually, I've given you one policy.
And I am saying that it is a basic requirement in the constitution.
Tell me one policy. Also, catch me one policy. John Dramani Mahamani.
I am not a spokesperson for the NDC.
I am not saying so, but you asking me.
No, I am not a spokesperson for the NDC. How do I tell you? NDC didn't her.
Let me try and see if I can read some of the messages on Facebook. I think Nana. Yeah, I see do Captain take good care of JB, brother JB, Honorable Minister. Keep it up, guys. Nene Kojo, small time. This MPP people will start telling us that Baumia invented God. and they brought the mobile phones and computers to Ghana. Anyway. Stephen Poefrey, Captain, we are here. Why? I know you are here. I know you are there. Why are you guys laughing? JB more fire on Hinebekuya Dakwa. Honorable Fusu. What's the Amankwa? Run for your life.
No, but General, when you run for your life, I said, maybe they be as here. Truth be told, Matthias almost drone be a civil for life. But me family who be. I'm a question who be. Tell me, baby, no.
No question.
Is it a big deal?
Don James, so I'm can't talk. Get up and go home. Stephen Opoefrey.
Ascending.
Got for you.
About 2,400 go for the show.
Got for you. Got for you. What's up?
Ascending.
Kasata meko. Tag. Is it in tag Van Dam or say JB? He beg you why?
You know, I say if
even
all politicians,
even Captain is quiet.
Even say politicians na nke yo museya. Oba, you answer to this question, sir. Naka going forward, I'm Ghana for kasa. Naka make no crash in Ghana for. You not just come and throw dust in our eyes and just go just like that. Also, I'm only asking you a question. What's why is that way? Oh, yeah, the one here.
Okay.
As if that place is not part of Ghana.
All right, okay. Message is the main kind.
Because yeah, me the promise and near my woman is say you live in a motiti, you know. Moka some of the bed. Yeah, the bay ya quay nanti and nunti and a boost out. A friend say, a friend say, two booty, I was some of the bad Joes or die. How many of them Joes or die back up? What's Miss Bakupu? Bako, just one. One,
what sir, party communication and yet back to our JB. And yet, my Emre, my answer, my shame, yes, I have seen this before, and I'm quite drones now. What will be there?
Also, what will be?
I'll say it's working. One can say what will be.
Also, what will be? Oh, General. Also, what will be?
Okay, and here Daniel Jabba say, Captain, I want a man to swear by one local egg and water. If he has truly seen the drones, there be a man or your custody. Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, but general so kasa dia. Na ye Christopher. Who's a nyame boy? Who's a nyame boy?
Tom, NDC started progressive free SHS as enshrined in the Article 25 of the Constitution. So NDC started it and Nana came to continue. It's a fact. Okay. Thank you. Me show we know many opinion. I don't have an opinion on this show. I can't moderate. Maybe it's a question and so be yeah no.
Me, what is about schools? wine, and your basic requirement.
Your friend saying TK Daniel or say I can see Captain Smart is just massaging a mankwa. And then Daniela Ahaji, to God be the glory. This man bring himself to Captain. Nothing will happen to him. What I think is that it's easy to defend government in power.
But you know why?
It is one of the most difficult jobs.
Why? Free SHS. When the name said Nana Dakwa Kufuado, and I implemented free SHS fully. But I'm saying that Saturday way, that free SHS way, a basic requirement in our constitution. One again. Oh, you are buying us also. If you don't think outside the box, then what kind of government are you?
But Sir Rollins, buy 1 year.
Oh, but I mean, yes, 1 year. Northern region. We have seen these successful governments on 1 year. Mahama Baba started progressive. It's a basic requirement in the constitution.
Okay.
And on no cash obey. Now Dubai is still on the free, completely free. It is a basic. Now, once in school, there for mommy. Oh, mommy, in school, why not, mommy?
All right, man. Who's Crawford? We need Ernesto Usubempa on the show. Usubempa will come. Don't worry. We're supposed to have spoken to him, but speaker press conference. Time no call. And Ernesto, we're so sorry about that. Tomorrow, we can give you the entire show if you wouldn't mind, and we'll have a very wonderful, hearty conversation about everything. So that's it. My phone line, I'm in Faber 3 calls. Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources say I can't starve the audience. So it's 055-669-2445.
Maybe I know what the final comment.
I know what my final comment in here. So 055-669-2445. Show you that's my Larry King. But no problem. All right. Hello. Yes, sir. Patrol into you.
Yo, mom. Good evening.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, the much senior Juma Pamo. You made it in an ayabua. Me friend fit man town. But the much pa say the be amu betumi ayese ya. Anka be me depa. Esanse mpempi no bebre betena ho. Asamo na mo kan nya no kre. Enso na oka. Be wo se bia yidi na asamo nya no kra. Brofo no do so pa. Sa asamo nya no kra. Omo ka brofo no bebre. Brofo no monyi fim omo tetwi pa. Enti NDC o MPP obi a oba obi a mo yira mo se dia all kano. Ghana fo nyina ebe hu se ye no kre. Na mfuturo no motugu ye ni no ye nyai. Abato no said your wayo said your own ye you edru ho ame o tube se samadwen ye maage pe no eho na meto ako madam wase captain eya me fra wase madam wase pa
na me fra bye bye me fa ofrefo foforo na fei abobo ye hona ye dey sorry nyame ya adoma e kina no mema e development bank Ghana expose no and speaker ne the press conference in me and Quenum Tinyambo. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. But about any connection.
About him, that's it.
Smart, but that she be who come by if I'm about Namizumi Brasa so because you're too much.
Sunday,
oh, you're too much. You be so because I'm like, oh, who don't catch you, don't catch French, or for no, who was not you. Smart, you're too much.
I don't bother with him. Oh, I don't bother with him. Captain, God bless your radio manager for introducing the show with you as the host. Okay. Stephen Opon free But Obiteha, Omobuanaho, or 3 to choose from. Hey, Asembene, Queen Abby. Add the one. Add the one. And then the only afternoon show with 2.3. Fire, Captain. Good evening. Captain, please tell the government to release financial clearance to unemployed pharmacy technicians. Hello.
Hello, Captain Smart.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Nyamiado, me hoya onso.
Oh, the message sir. Me no so di mo amoye pa. Oso bo di mo pa.
Pacho edas.
Anna.
Koso.
The say you can't say uputu MPP ni question pa. Na me me say like he's beating around the bush. Okay.
Nyame so enka wo so pa where are the tap and go up? I know you're here. I'm calling him tap and go. Me say that. Ana matira na me refi.
Onua.
Oh, let me look up. Tap and go. Oh, honestly, sir. Hey, tap and go. Tap and go Ghana. Hey, Onua.
There's another app over there, and the party portals.
Yeah. And then Mekai.
Transport.
You're doing so many things about me. I mean, what is this?
Okay, tap and go. Power your trips within Ghana with a single payment card. One card for all your rights. Pay for your taxi, bus, or trotro fare. Okay. Tap and go. And a pothole app no crane am friend say.
Oh, what happened there?
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I mean for. Hello, sir. Pacho ma ntio.
Madam Asene majuma pa moye. Me sra me bisa MPP ni na wo che ho ne say dollar na ba mi achire di koma AGP no sa takwa no to mo hwe nka ho asam.
Asende ni.
Tafwano awodi ma AGP na wo loko ya no AGP no mo hwehwe ne nchire no. Tesa na on baba de ene se amboa yo wo mo chire obi ene wo ma seda ja no de amboa ye nte me da maso pa je bi ko so wo juma pa wo ye no so.
Onua.
Arade Yakubo ha. Oh, I love radio. I tell you. I love radio. What's a lot of messages here. Captain, God bless you. I don't know how to describe you. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Frank Angel, God bless Captain and JB Priscilla Amankwano. And then, good afternoon, Captain Smart. We love you so much. Love you too, Josephine. Okay, tap and go up. No. Hey, sir, I'm Crophonia bro home. Crophonia tap and go. Okay. Hello? Yes, sir, Patrol radio, no why. Lower radio set, no mammy. But I said, Patrol, I'm into you.
Nane asari ni.
Nane ya me das.
Because fitesh.
Patrol you.
Cousin.
Yes, sir.
Mbese obisa me brother to one everything ni say o onkola ofi. Na say o ka ti akola ni say trase. Me mpie nko ba bia. Me mo aduane dia papa awia anwumre. Na say akola trase no wa ma na aduane na ma na ndi. Ene dia akola ro be kire ni say upi akope aduane di no. Why ena ona ni bre ara ni bebre wo so. Wa ma aduane ya na so ko pe aduane. Wa na ni bre na ni bebre wo so. Also, I didn't want to Omuka. Any the ono so by na no so ntia. Nti wo se sia no no what do be questions na do nkasa. Ama for any abere o. Mkrofo na kasa necessary teachers na ade no mani abere kura nti ono kasa na yon kura studio a omunya abotre. Na omo paga na for chew. Na the way I almost see you no who be that question I don't know. Who is that question I mean so you communicate over now. On your research on your she. When you tia undi mu pa so on kan kore. Ba betra hu chantro. That o man e ti mu no omo hwe ni because I won't say ya mutu fu say be up studio kwa ga enche okura na embo at e hu ya. Enyina for money. The them so mun ja sa no ma no mo ye no. Na enyina entro men ni e on to e. Bye. Bye.
Bye. I think it's your time now, sir. Bro, finally.
Captain.
I'm out 2 minutes to be your campaign, my bow here.
Captain. Ghana 40. Hana Ghana Kasa Hana Ghana. And some I can't even say. A Juman Yabobi, Yabi, and a Kusu Yabi. Na, your best Ghana for say come December 7th, no. Udu hona ye ma ballot paper na udu police station na ma ballot paper na ufa ballot paper na wa hwe number 1 esro na wato abana ma Dr. Mamadou Bawumia oba botan English amanfum a yanga say papa deputy minister for communication information sorry honorable Sylvester Tete ejuma wa bo botan English amanfum all the electoral areas I will botan English amanfum o baby obeku bia no ne nsa no ejuma e wo ho from Galilea Iron City Mahim Oshiye Kokrobite Botiano. Meno ka say new day senior high school we see our Botiano. Admission eko so CC. Ngo for eko school or CC. Into these are some of the things honorable Sylvester why Botiano English amount from yeah man the second term in office. Mate say NDC phobia ko ya phobia shedem. Na December 7th be do no say for obeko so ashedem say akopem.
I from here.
Our parliamentary candidates be.
Why wedding?
Say this for na call electing na share them. Ontimi mpie.
Oh sir.
I want to mpie by campaign because oni ade bi obedi na so dey campaign.
Okay.
Apart from nkoko nketenkete 24-hour policy no. It's a captain.
Obama portrait family.
Yeah, boss but tata abaso na. Yeah, gusu e wo form ye djuma say. Na kupon be ya adum 7th December. Ebe bibi ewie no na honorable Sylvester Tete na Dr. Mamadou Bawumia President of the Republic and MP elect for Botano English amount from Sylvester Tete.
That's it. OJ?
General.
Honorable Minister.
General time ko. Fa fa ne aka no fa ma omo mbe ye adwuma.
All right. Patro nyame ya adwuma china ye be sign we hia. Djumadi ni din de assembly ni.
Sunday ni
mena me catch on na we na watch here ye dey show we ano na if next week you no be who say yes radio we was as so ni wura no mo ho I was born to do radio and lead you. Being at the blessed God's brain smart. Always remember, I love radio. You better say I'm watching area. Bye bye.